like, don't get me wrong, the advantage is them man have a whole week to prepare for this one game, whilst we're in Europe playing Inter and stuff, still top of the Champions League, where Man U ain't in right now. So there's that, because we're doing all that. That's why, like, because it's funny, because when we're out, like, you could see the bare Man U fans in London still, so you could see kind of their reaction. They're still kind of laughing about it and shit. But it's like, but this is what it should be like. Like, you're not, like, this is, like, you man are celebrating, like, you won, like, some mad, like, Champions League team, but it's like, this is how it should be. Like, you man have got, you had the most expensive striker in the whole, both benches, both squads. You had the most, Sesko cost more than everyone. So there's that. There's Embuemo, like, because let's go through the team. Let's go through that debate we're having. Let's go through, because people
so
acting like
goalie to goalie.
So yeah, so
we're gonna say who we think is better on each side. So Raya versus I forgot.
Because the point was, a quick preface. The point was, people were acting like this United thing some underdog story, but it's like, let's go through it then.
Another episode 14, Minichats, a lot to discuss today. It's been 2 weeks since our last episode, and we didn't know whether Solskjaer or Carrick will become Man U's manager. Just a lot going on, but now we know Arsenal just play Man U, which we're going to cover first. Result, Arsenal 2, Man U 3 at the Emirates. Crazy game, to be fair, lovely game. I think that's definitely got to be the first thing on the docket.
No, man.
But I'll go first.
Yeah.
Let you gather your thoughts.
Yeah,
But listen, I've said over the time I spoke about Arsenal's style of play. At this title race, honestly, I didn't think this style is very sustainable for a league, because it's just too scrappy and it relies too much on luck. Like, a lot of the tactic is just putting the ball in a danger zone and then, like, just scrapping and trying to get a goal out of it. And it works a lot, I won't lie, it has worked a lot. It worked in this game. But again, Arsenal to me were on a bully team, like what I said in the last episode, where against the bigger teams, and I didn't think Man U were one of the bigger teams, but you know what? By the way, Emmy's in the cut. Emmy's here, yes. So we were just having a conversation, stacking up Man U's 11 to Arsenal's. And in terms of what they've spent, Man U, and the quality of player they have, it wasn't far off, to be honest. So you can consider them quite a bigger team in terms of quality of player. And again, Arsenal looked nervy, bro, at home. And like, just nervy in terms of on a bully team. We know how it is against the lower elite level teams, bro, this season. But again, a big team, and it was nervy. First 25 minutes, you can say Arsenal controlled the game, as they should have been expected to, because they look like the strongest team in the league. They're at home. You know, Man U've just, this manager, this is Man U's third game. But I don't know how many Arteta's had under his belt at Arsenal. So you do expect, Carrick had that stint before, to be fair. But yeah, you expect Arsenal to obviously control the game, and they did. They got the first goal, and they raised a stat in the game saying, the last 24 games Arsenal have got the first goal in, they've won the last 24 games. So when they got that goal, it was like, okay, it probably seems like Arsenal are going to win this, you know what I'm saying? But I still thought, Carrick, he played very well, and his style is counter-attacking anyway. So when you're counter-attacking style, you can drop that first goal, and it's kind of fine. Normally Arsenal are good at sitting when they get the first goal, so it seems like it won't be. But it's so early when the goals come, 25 minutes, that the game's going to open up more, of course.
Yeah.
And that goal, let's give opinion about the goal at first, which, another scrappy goal to me. You can kind of give Odegaard credit because he's put it in a danger zone. Martinez should have done better, should have just stepped out. Like him and Timber tussling, he should have just stepped out of the tussle and cleared it, to be honest. But he's let it get into that no man's land, danger, scrappy area. Like hits off his foot, goes in, own goal, another own goal for Arsenal this season. But right after that, big mistake. Who do you think was at fault for the mistake? So we've got the Embremo goal. Rice passes, not Rice, Saliba. Saliba passes it, quite a heavy pass to be honest, to Zubi.
Yeah.
But people say Zubimendi is meant to be a control type, hit take type. So that is to be expected. Like in a season, you're going to have those passes where someone's under pressure and they're just trying to get it out kind of, but they're passing it in your direction. Yeah. But if you're one of those types, you control them and you control them. But I think he tried to first time pass it or he's mistouched his controls, one or the other.
It's Zubi's fault for sure.
Zubi, yeah. So he's either mistouched it or tried to first time pass and it just hasn't pulled off well. Yeah. But puts an Embremo basically one-on-one. Yeah. And Embremo, very cool. A lot of composure in that goal. Like, takes it around the keeper, basically, slots it in. And it was like a contrast. From that moment on, there was a contrast of the type of style of goals that we were seeing. And from Carrick, it was great because it was a great reaction within about 10 minutes of Arsenal's goal. And when you're away, you want to get your goals quick because the fans start doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, the Emirates is infamously known for kind of going quiet when like they concede a drawing goal or like concede a goal where they go down. That happens a lot at the Emirates over years. So that was good. But then after that, this Dorgu goal, I'm sorry, Arsenal got outplayed. In my opinion, Arsenal got outplayed for most of this game after their first goal, to be honest. Like, they got that first goal, and Man U's goal didn't come maybe until 10 minutes after that first, but they were nervy for some reason. Like, after being 1-0 up, they were kind of very passenger with the way they were playing, not really taking authority and trying to get a second like that. Didn't feel that way. They were just kind of like... And Man U and they were like under the cosh, it felt like a bit. And then Man U get that goal. So now the game opens up a bit more. Yeah. I think we go into half-time. But as we come out of the second half, Man U still look like the one who were trying to make more things happen, which was very interesting to see. And then the second goal was mad. I'm sorry, that Dorgu goal was mad because Fernandes now, him and Dorgu get into a little bag, bro, where they're fucking doing ping pong basically. Pass. There was like 4 passes in that play over Zubimendi and Rice. And then at the end of it, you get a Dorgu volley. Yeah, Raya couldn't get to it, mad goal. And I was like, that was kind of mad. And now Arsenal are like behind, watching Arteta pace in that little box of his, up and down, just pacing down, giving instruction after instruction. And they end up getting the equalising goal. And you think, it's around maybe 78th, 81st, 82nd minute or something around there. And you're like, they've done it again, Arsenal.
Man is sighing for Man U, us equalising against Man U.
I'm gonna break down, because this is the first time ever in my life that I ever supported Man U. Like, I found myself like supporting their goals, bro. Because this Arsenal goal, I'm like, they've done it again. And they've put the ball in a danger zone from a corner again, crowded around the keeper, and the ball's just found its way in the back of the net. Marino will stick a leg out. Someone just sticks a leg out. It's normally him, Marino or Gabriel or someone. Yeah. And it just ends up in the back of the net, and it happens all the time. And I know I weren't the only one. I know I can speak for like English football fans, where we all felt like I don't even want to hate on Arsenal, I don't, but this style, I fucking hate it, bro. Like, I can't pretend like I don't fucking hate this shit. I'm a hater on it because I hate it. It's fucking disgusting. And they've done it again, and we're like, And then Cunha, it was beautiful football, not beautiful football like that, but beautiful goals versus absolutely disgusting goals. And normally Man U have always been like the evil one throughout my life, like the Red Devils, and like they've always been the evil one, Fergie time cheating and all that shit, the referee Howard Webb and all of that. But this time it was like Arsenal was scoring the evil type goals, which are dead balls and just scrappy, ugly goals. And Man U were scoring beauties, bro. Like that 1-2 Dorgu one was brazy, bro. I'm saying that was mad. And then after that, Cunha, and it's 10 minutes, within 10 minutes of Arsenal getting theirs, you think Arsenal have done it again. And then he just gets that chance, breaks, bang, pops it from how far? I don't know, like 30 yards out. And yeah, mad, scores that goal, and it was like, yo, this was a win for football. And I know, I know it sounds mad, but it felt like this was a win for football. This was like, that ugly style didn't take the W today, bro. Like it didn't take the W. This mad, bare things got like fucked in this game. 3 goals. Since I think 2022 or 2023, Arsenal's conceded 3 goals in a game. They had 14 goals, conceded 14 goals in the league before this game. Since they conceded 3, now it's 17, and it officially means they haven't done Chelsea's like record. So like quite a few things happen in this game, bro. And yeah, because this style of play couldn't be no record type shit. It can't even win the league. I'm not gonna lie, like that's what it is. But I can't. This style of play cannot win our beautiful Barclays Premier League. I'm sorry, bro. Like it's horrible. Five goals from Saka, top scorer, joint with 5 goals from Trossard. No, Gyökeres and Trossard. Sorry, joint 5 goals. Own goals for. They even showed a graphic. Marino for and all scrappy. Just headers and just in a box all bubbling around. Like that goal Aston Villa scored when Arsenal lost. About 70%, like so many of Arsenal goals have been like that. Like just scrappy ping pong in the box and it just ends up in the back of the net.
Yeah.
And bro, yeah, I'm sorry, but I was very glad to see what I saw, to be honest. I was glad to see Arsenal lose today, I'm sorry. Like normally I hate Man U. But some things are bigger than like little rivalries. This was a W for football for me, and yeah, it's fucked, man. It's fucked because that put us under. We've got a lot to cover with Liverpool too because we've had a bad weekend now. Like Chelsea and Man U have both gone above us. Like Arsenal, both of the teams that were just under us both gained points where we dropped points because Man City and Aston Villa won. Same with Chelsea and Man U. So now we dropped from 4th to 6th. And that's not good. But there may be a silver lining in that. And that is something I will get to once we do cover Liverpool. There may be a silver lining in that. But that's mainly... I've got more to bounce back with you once you kind of... I think you will produce more talking points for me in terms of Arsenal, but there's a lot for you to cover in terms of this.
Yeah.
So let's go with the starting lineup, bro. Let's start with the starting lineup. That 11.
Even just like saying anything like Man U succeeding as a win for football is nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. I agree. It's nuts.
I don't.
It's nuts.
To me, it's not. But
it's nuts. But if you saw the contrasting goals.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Arsenal have produced goals like this for the most part. Like most of their games have been 2 goals like they scored today, and then the third is against the weaker teams. The third is like a nice, decent goal. But it's been like shit like this, and it's like, bruh, like no, bro, this is like not. Sorry, that is how I feel strongly.
I feel you,
sorry,
but
man.
Alright. So with the lineup, right? Like. Obviously, bruv, I was pissed off because that front 3, I've said it for time, it doesn't work. It's the slowest front 3 we could possibly use unless you put Marino in it, basically. Like Marino's the 9. It's the slowest front 3 you could use. It's our slowest flank pairing with Saka and Trossard. And then Jesus at 9, he's slower than Gyökeres, he's slower than... Havertz. So Marino's the only slower 9 you could. So basically, so that was annoying. Firstly, because it's like, well, if you watched Man U last week, there were like pushing, they were attacking, and like they play on the counter attack. So there's going to be moments where it's going to be a ping pong game, and you can get at them, and there's space in behind. So why is Martinelli not starting, or Madueke, or at least one of them? Like, you brought them on too late, and there was bare like transitional moments that we had in that game that we couldn't capitalize on. So I would like first. So when I saw the lineup, I wasn't happy. Obviously, like, and even Emmy, I texted like midweek, and we're talking about Eze. And I said, no, Odegaard will start because like he didn't come on at all. And so I knew that was happening, but I knew this would happen. I knew if Odegaard starts, he will fucking let us down, as he always does. Like, he's not got one high profile big game. Like, name him. Like, if any of you, like, name it for me. Because like the only one I'll give him is Newcastle away. When he came off the bench or whatever. But that's like our personal big game. It's like a bogey team. It's not like a high profile, high stakes game like that. Like, where's his Chelsea game? Where's his United? Like, where's his Liverpool game? None of them, man. Like, none of them teams he's delivered against. So, like, I knew what to expect, and like Arteta got it wrong. And like this whole thing of like trying to include him in, it's got to stop. We need to win the league. Like, what are you doing? Stop like thinking about, he was there, he was part of the whole journey and all of this shit. Like, we got a job to do. Just play the balance. Like, Zubimendi's killed Odegaard's career. I'm sorry, that's the facts. It's just the facts, man. So when I saw the team, like, I was happy to see Hikampié back, because it was like, okay, like natural left footer again, because the balance on that side. And you notice when Timber came off, like that side was horrible to look at. Yeah. Like, the only thing that made it a bit reasonable is when Saka went to left wing. So it's like, okay, there's someone that can keep the width like that. But even Saka at left wing, he's always like inside anyway in pockets. So we didn't have no one on that left flank really. So like at first I was like, okay, Hikampié, that's better than Timber starting there. And I thought Hikampié played all right. Like, I think Ahmad did nothing in that game, to be honest. Did fuck all. Like, lockdown. Like, obviously, Hikampié is limited going forward. And it's what I was saying a minute ago, where it's like, if you could combine Calafiori and Hikampié, it would be an amazing footballer there. Because the things I want Calafiori to be good at defensively is what Hikampié does. And then the things I want from Hikampié going forward is what Calafiori does. And it's like, yeah, you can't find a perfect balance between them, but I guess like game dependent, you choose whichever when they're both fit. But yeah, that was my reaction to the lineup. Like, unhappy with what I was looking at. Kind of knew how it would go, but it's like, it is what it is. Like, at least with Jesus, you're gonna get good passages of play at moments. So I'm never mad at when Jesus starts, but I knew it was gonna be an issue.
But you mentioned that Odegaard and Zubimendi. You mentioned Zubimendi kills Odegaard's Arsenal career. How? Can you elaborate that?
So, I think with Zubi, like, what people don't realise is Odegaard doesn't really play 10 like that for us. Like, it makes sense, when first we wanted, I can't remember when we wanted Buendia, if it was under Emery. I think it was under Emery. But then when Odegaard was coming, I remember we were linked with Frankie de Jong and Odegaard. And that makes perfect sense, because if you look at their game styles, even though Frankie plays 6, they play in the same zones. Like, if you look at their heat map at the end of the game, I'm sure they'll look the same. Odegaard's the same. So people are stuck on this, it's Eze versus Odegaard. No, if you look at the heat maps and the zones they play in, Zubimendi and Odegaard like the same areas. Like, Odegaard was always collecting it off the defense sometimes. He had a good little connection with Partey as well. That's a big thing, by the way. Odegaard losing Partey is something that people don't look at. They had an amazing relationship between the lines, those two. Like, I think it was that natural, I don't even want to say La Liga understanding, because Zubi's been out there for time as well, but they had a good dynamic, Partey and Odegaard. Sorry, Partey and Odegaard, yeah. But Odegaard and Zubi, they clash too much, because they like the same zones. They're very drawn to the right as well. Like, Zubi's not really central like that. Even his mistake is from the right. Like, so Zubi likes the right, Odegaard likes the right. It's too crowded on that right. And then you've got Timber that doesn't get forward as much as Ben White. When Timber plays and that right side is congested like that, it's horrible. It's horrible. So I think, but when Eze plays, Eze plays more as a final third midfielder. Like he plays 10 strictly like in the final third. He'll come to maybe the centre circle to receive, but besides that, everything is in the last third. So it gives Zubi the whole, basically our whole half to dictate proceedings. So that's why at the start of the season, when everyone and their dog was saying Arsenal definitely favourites, Arsenal win. That was the Eze, Zubi, and Rice midfield trio. Yeah. So we were flying at that point. If you've noticed, when we started to wobble outside the Sunderland game, which can happen, it was when Odegaard came back that week. But even before that, that week we had Spurs, Bayern, and Tottenham. That week, Odegaard, that was Odegaard's return. And he came back in the Bayern game, but off the bench. But that game was already sealed, thankfully. But when he kind of came really into the fold against Chelsea, even off the bench still, that's when we drew to them with 10 men. That was drop points in my view. Like, that was unacceptable.
And obviously Spurs, Eze did a madness.
Spurs, Eze did a madness. Bayern, Eze did a madness. And then Chelsea games when we fumbled a bit, and that's when Odegaard was getting more minutes. That, from then, I feel that's when our season has crashed and taken a whole turn. And then Villa happens a little later than that. And this is all Odegaard's time. Like, Odegaard has ruined our title. Like, it's harsh to say, but he's kind of like messed up a lot. Like our whole balance, our whole fluency, everything. Like you can bring it down to Odegaard's return. So for me, Arteta's got to start being brave, make a decision. Like Odegaard's done now, man. Like how many times are we going to say it? Like you've got man like Nwaneri that's looking at the situation like, bruv, I'm good enough to play in this team. And he's not playing about, bruv. He's looking at the scene. He's not getting into matchday squads anymore. And he's saying, let me just go out on loan and show, man. 10 minutes in, bang, goal. It's like, I'm not playing no more. Now it's urgency where in the summer, someone's got to make space for him. Simple as that. Like, this guy's ready, bruv. And he's a GNA machine. So let's, like, really look at things and start to, like, I don't know, like, soft launch the end of Odegaard's time here. Let's start playing Eze more. Make Eze a starter. And edge out Odegaard a bit so that when Odegaard leaves in the summer, we can bring Nwaneri in because Odegaard's done. There's no more he can do for this club anymore. I'm sorry, it's done. He's not a big game player.
Yeah, I hear that though. Like I was saying, it's interesting with Odegaard earlier with you. I was saying that he might seem a bit like a Coutinho type of signing for Liverpool. Whereas like maybe he's still cold. Like you can't deny Odegaard's quality and sometimes his playmaking and shit. But sometimes these players are a little bit limited where they can't take you to the next level, if that makes sense. And so his physicality thing's a problem.
Issue.
Yeah, I can't lie. He turns over possession for me.
He got bullied by Elliot Anderson like last week. Elliot Anderson, when Chelsea in the League Cup for the first Garnacho goal, got pressed off and bullied again. And we're on the road. This guy's useless.
Like even though he's meant to dictate, that sometimes makes things shaky because you're an easy press, but you're meant to dictate too, which means you're meant to have a lot of ball at your feet. Yeah. So I can throw a bit of a spanner. You always want someone who's a bit stronger in those scenarios who always have the ball at their feet. So no, I feel you.
No, he's got to go. Like for me, end of the season, like it's just call it a day, man. Like the project moved on from Partey. It was sad, but it moved on from him. It moved on from Xhaka. It was sad, but it moved on from him. Odegaard's next, man. Like it's as simple as that. Everyone can see it now, though. Like in the spot we were at. Like everyone, like it's not. Back before it was like the few brave ones that were calling it out. Now everyone's on a thing of bruv, Odegaard's like he's done, bro. Like and it is what it is, isn't it? Like man.
That. But anyway, the game. So
the game, man. Like
so we actually get into the game. You've given your opinion of the lineup and how you felt.
Like bouncing off what you were saying, I guess like it's Zubi's fault for that, but Saliba was making a lot of like under hit passes as well. Like even that.
I know the one they attack because he was attacking a lot.
That's instruction. That's instruction.
But that was that pass that he picked the wrong pass. I think.
And then you know when he made that last ditch block on Bruno, even though everyone was giving him credit, he was only recovering for his error. So like he was under hitting a lot of passes to be fair, but. The Zubi thing, Zubi's quality and his reputation means he should deal with that one. Like, I don't know what you're doing this first time thing to Raya, like undercooking it like that, and you just made an error. And like, we got to have a conversation about Zubi's high profile errors now. Like, what was the stat?
He had in 5 years he's made more errors than Partey.
So he's made more errors this season than Partey has in the last 5 years.
That have led to goals.
Like, let's talk, because when man are dissing Partey, let's not even get into all that shit, yeah. But if we're talking football straight up, like, Partey got on a tough time for like some of the errors he made and whatnot, and like people saying off the ball and all that. But Zubi's making Tottenham, Anfield, he got bullied. Old Trafford, I thought he was shocking, but that was his debut game, so I was like, okay, welcome to the league type of moment. So I'll give you that. But Anfield, he got bullied. That when Van Dijk pressed him, and he was shocking in that game. And then Tottenham, for their goal, the Richarlison goal, he got pressed again. So like, how many times is
bodied him a bit at Anfield.
Gravenberch bullied him. Like, all of them had his way. They walked him like their little pet dog. Like, all of them have their way with Zubi and all the big games. So like, how many times is he gonna get away with this? And like, because people are going on like signing of the season. I'm hearing signing of the season around the whole league. But let's talk about if he's even our signing of the season yet. Because the only thing I'm really saying is Champions League, yeah, I'll give him that. And to be fair, one brother was making a good point when he was saying, he's been dominating the small games, and the small games is where we're dropping points in last season, which is fair play. But the big games still matter. Like, these are 6-pointers here. Like, these big games, like, at the end of the day, we lose to City at the Etihad, and I don't know where this league is going, to be honest. So like, these games matter. And like,
When
if we
is that? Do you know what month?
Yeah, that was like is it next month?
Is it Feb?
Yeah, Feb or March.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool. But yeah, no, like Zubi is he's been questionable, man. Like, it's only the Champions League I really rate, and think that's where he's like really imposing himself. But in a lot of these high profile games, it's a lot of high profile errors now, and like, yeah, like, I don't see why it's not debatable who's been the bigger signing between him and Eze. Eze produced in the NLD, North London Derby, produced against Bayern. Now, with the way things are looking, we've only got a 4-point gap above City. That 1 point, Eze's assist against City for the Martinelli now is looking mad crucial. So Eze's like, Eze's been very critical in this. So why is he not up for signing of the season? Like, why is it Zubi? Like, it's not debatable at all. People were looking at me like I was wild when I said that. It's like, bruv, what's Zubi done like that? Like, Zubi's been alright, but he's not fucking Busquets with it. Like, he's not even prime Rodri with it. He's just decent. He keeps the ball flowing. But Jorginho was doing that fine before as well. So like, I'm not seeing Zubi as this mad game-changing signing. Like, for me, Zubi's still rotational. I think if we make another signing at the 6th position in the summer, I think someone should battle Zubi. Like, I'll give him that. Maybe Zubi's second season he'll be more adapted, but I don't think he's crazy like that. Not yet, anyway. Not this season. So yeah, man, I think Zubi's at fault for the goal, but Saliba was an under-hit pass, and I thought Saliba had a poor game, to be honest.
Yeah. I agree with you a little bit with Zubi. Like, I do think Zubimendi is a bit overrated. I think a little bit. Like, people have been saying, even Marcus and I were having a debate, and he was saying he's been Arsenal's best signing, like, stabilised their team and everything. So. And I think, personally, he doesn't take enough risks as a, like, creative midfielder, kind of. Like, he goes sideways and the easy route a lot. Like, I've noticed a lot. And that, he's a big contribution to why Arsenal's style this season is so, like, ugly. Do you know what I'm saying? A little bit flat they were today in parts of the game, and it's because I think he's not like risky enough. It's hard in a low block. It's very hard to like, where is the space to pass into in a low block? I do kind of get that part, but even with movement or just something, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do. I'm very, put it this way, still glad we didn't get him, and obviously I still want a centre back for Liverpool. My little shortlist is probably Tonali or Tillemans. Maybe Tillemans is injured now. But I'm glad we didn't get Zidane, to be honest. I think he's a bit overrated, but go on.
Nah, same. Like, I think he's alright, but he's not like... I don't think, like... It's almost like we carved out the whole position for him and there's, like, no competition for it. And I don't think he's at that level. I don't think he's unmovable, to be honest. Like...
like similar bag as Saka, like how...
I don't think anyone is... I think the only team, really... The only player in this team that is unmovable like that is Rice.
Yeah.
I think everyone can get it. Everyone.
Well, even your centre
Everyone can get it.
Yeah.
Everyone can get it. Because we're not defending like we were at the start of the season. 3 goals to United is mad.
Yeah.
Everyone can, like... Even as much as I love Saliba, like... I think he's had some big, poor game... Like, some poor... moments in some of these big games, like high profile errors too, and I thought he was poor today, to be honest. Like he was alright, but you know, like we're just not that solid in defence anymore like that. Gabriel, his limitations on the ball is an issue where it's like he's still capped. There's a ceiling that he's capped at, in my view. And I think everyone can. Raya in goal. I think the only guy that's like really just like unmovable like that is Rice. Like I think there's no one can bring.
He's basically your only player. That really tried to make things happen. Everyone can get the ball. Didn't really turn over possession.
Yeah, like I like what Mosquera did in the Champions League the other day. Like anyone can get it. To be honest, like that's where I'm at with it. Timber's like so limited going forward. It's just unbelievable. Like. Yeah, man. Like we can. I even think like Timber's good rotation piece. Like he's not good enough going forward for him. Because when I'm hearing about this new deal and that, it sounds like he's unmovable. Like and I was like, I don't know about that. Like you know, like if we do replace Ben White end of the season, let's get someone that can compete with Timber. I don't think Timber's like. I think Timber's amazing defensively, but going forward is too limited. And I think he's. Like, when we talk about Saka's dip in form, I think Timber plays a big part in that.
Yeah,
Timber plays a huge part in that. So
even when
Ben White came on,
Saka looked more
yeah. So if you're harming our best player, then how key are you?
Yeah.
Or our star player, let me not say best, but our star player, then how key are you really? Because you're clashing with our main man, basically.
Yeah.
So
I think he's another contributor for the ugly style of Arsenal, because he does impact the game a little bit on the other end. Like sometimes he's involved in goals. Like even he was involved in the goal today. Like the first. And like from set pieces, I've seen him score a couple headers and like, you know, just been, maybe he's put some crosses in there. He's quite a limited fullback. He's one of those. Him and Nkampe are both just going to go wide and cross it. Basically, that's like, he might pass it in. He sometimes passes it inside. They might do that, but they're not about to do no one-on-one shit or like really creative shit, right?
Like he's got good footwork and that to get himself out of trouble, but just like the final action is so shocking. It's so whenever he's like in the last third and like he receives the ball, I don't get that gassed or excited. I'm just like, okay, let's see what happens type shit. When it's Ben White though, it's like, okay, this might end up in the back of the net. Yeah. But when it's Timber, I'm like, okay, let's just see. Yeah. So to be honest, like, I feel like everyone can everyone's replaceable in this team. This team ain't special like that. Yeah. To be honest, like I'm just gonna keep it a buck. So there was that, and then I guess to give Carrick some credit, I do think he negated our build up quite well. Like I think their shape and their press, their setup with the press, which is kind of what causes the Zubi error. To be honest, like they really pressed us and like. Made things difficult, and like don't get me wrong, the advantage is them man have a whole week to prepare for this one game whilst we're in Europe playing Inter and stuff, still top of the Champions League where Man U ain't in right now. So there's that, because we're doing all that. That's why because it's funny, because when we're out, like you could see the bare Man U fans in London still, so you could see kind of their reaction. They're still kind of laughing about it and shit, but it's like. But this is what it should be like. Like, you're not, like, this is, like, you man are celebrating, like, you won, like, some mad, like, Champions League team. But it's like, this is how it should be. Like, you man have you had the most expensive striker on the whole, both benches, both squads. You had the most, Sesko cost more than everyone. So there's that. There's Embuemo, like, Because let's go through the
Okay,
team.
let's
Let's go through that
go
debate
through
we're
it,
having.
like-
Let's go through because
All right,
people
so
acting like
goalie to goalie.
So
we're gonna say who we think
so-
is better on
right.
each side.
'Cause
So
the-
Raya versus I forgot.
Because the point was a quick preface. The point was people were acting like this uniting some underdog story, but it's like let's go through it then.
All right. So we're gonna go through it.
Raya versus Lemens.
Yeah. So Raya versus Lemens.
Raya is better.
Yeah. Raya takes that one. Bullock versus Timber.
Timber's better.
Timber. So that's 2-0 to Arsenal.
We're gonna sweep up in the defensive category for sure. That's fine.
Maguire versus Saliba.
Saliba's better.
Yeah, for sure. Martinez versus Gabriel.
Gabriel, not too far though. Gabriel though.
Yeah, Gabriel, but
Gabriel.
that's not far
It's
off.
not. It's
Definitely
not.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
And Hincampe, sure. Hincampe,
Hincampe,
let's
yeah.
be honest.
So defense,
Sure,
we've
pass it.
got the best defense in the league
Yeah.
right now, so that's normal.
Because the debate was saying, as I was saying, Arsenal are 2 levels above in terms of their squad quality.
Yeah.
So that they've taken that. Now they're 5-0 up basically with that. Diallo versus Saka. Let's say Diallo versus Saka.
Yeah, Saka's better, but
definitely.
yeah, Saka's better.
Casemiro versus Zubimendi.
I'm backing the guy that's won everything in club football.
Which I think that's a little bit with Casemiro today. Everyone knows he's a
Casemiro
bit
bossed
past it.
He bossed
But I
it.
do
And
think
today was
Zubimendi
alright.
is overrated.
I'm going the guy that's
So-
won every single thing there is to win in this club football thing.
For
Every
me
single
personally, I'm not mad at whatever answer because I think Zubi's overrated. I think that works in Casemiro's favour. Plus, but he is a bit past it in my opinion. Mainu versus Rice.
thing. Yeah, Rice.
For sure. And then Bruno Fernandes versus Odegaard.
Bruno these days. Like that's the one when I'm hearing what them man are saying now. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Like before before it felt like blasphemous. Now it's like, do you know what? Yeah, why not?
That's
why
a
not?
big admittance.
But Bruno turns up in big games. Like his catalogue for these big games now, let's respect it. Like he does his thing.
Okay, Dorgu, Trossard.
Toss up. Dorgu's looking like the reincarnation of Bell these days.
Yeah,
He's had big games now.
Since they've both been on the wing, Dorgu, I can say that because he's been with back.
Toss up.
Since they've both been on the wing,
Dorgu,
I can, even with Amarim. Since he's been on the wing,
so,
I'll give it to Dorgu.
So.
And then Embremo, Gabriel Jesus,
Embremo,
sorry.
yeah.
But that is only Embremo.
Let's go to the bench now. We're talking squads. Let's go.
Okay,
just a couple players. Sesko.
Sesko
is better.
Okay, we'll just throw a couple out there.
And then Kuna. Just who's our next best player? Their next best player on the bench is Kuna. Who's our next best player on the bench after like Jokerit or highest profile?
Who is it? Marino, Madueke. Who would you say? Martinelli, Eze.
So Kuna's pretty.
Kuna Eze, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's
toss up. They were both at small, like mid-table, smallish clubs, and they were both stars there. It's a toss up, like really.
Yeah.
In terms of rapping what they so, it's not that mad. It's not a mad.
Yeah.
Like it's not no upset that people are framing it like, man, you should be here and you've got one game a week to prepare for. This is how it should go. We beat you, you beat us now, square. But don't act like this is some comeback story. And this ain't like special or nothing. Like it's cool. Like this is what you should be doing. You got one game a week. Like Amarim was that bad, but this is your actual level. So
I agree.
This is
quality
normal.
And money they spend.
Yeah, they spent
and
bags.
the time they have in terms of competition, like you're saying, they don't have to compete in Europe, and they get a whole week to prepare. They don't have to travel and all that. I agree that this is how they should be looking. You're right that the big test will be when.
Like,
but even the whole season, it's like there's no big test. Exactly because it's. The big test is when you have European, you got to travel, you've got to do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, but even then, like, you've sucker punched us and City both in back-to-back weeks in a way. And fair play, because you did it really well. You really negated us. But the real test is, if people are talking about is Carrick ready for this job or whatnot, the real test is when you've got to impose yourself on a smaller team. I'm sure next week is a smaller game now where they're probably the favourites or whatever. Like, let's see how you do in them games. Because Ollie was winning big games when he was there. Like, it weren't no different then. Like, Ollie was... So, let's see how you can break down... That's why, even back to your argument, the scrappy goals thing. Even though it's nasty for me as well, I'd rather this than not have a clue how to break down deep blocks like Slot is crying about every week. Like, Slot is literally in interviews crying and saying, that's the weirdest question I've ever been asked. Like, because he can't figure out a way, bro. Like... everyone's struggling with deep blocks because it's not like Stoke back in the day deep blocks now. You're dealing with teams that are spending 60 mil on their players and they're defending with that kind of quality. So these deep blocks are harder than they've ever been. Pep struggled against it. Arteta's kind of the only one that's found a way. It doesn't look nice, but shit, I'd rather the goal goes in than us like coming away with no goals in the game. Like that's the problem everyone else is having. So yeah, I get it. Like it's nasty football and all of that, but if everyone's sitting deep like this against us, like I wouldn't be saying this if I wasn't seeing what we're doing in the Champions League. If what we're doing in the Champions League is when people are coming to us and saying, "Yeah, let's have it," and then we smoke them, and we're showing that's why we're top of it. We played Inter, Bayern, and Atletico, three top teams, and we've shown what type of time it is. Like just like Real Madrid last season, we showed what type of time we're on when you come and play us. That's why Pep sat back against us because he knows what type. Because 5-1 on his head last season, like we're not to be played with if you want to really play that game. So everyone's sitting deep, and that's why these goals are happening like this. So it is what it is.
I do feel Liverpool are the only team that can play with Arsenal in that game. I feel like we're similar when we don't have the way to unlock the low block. But in terms of open games as well, we're on that same type of smoke, I think. And I think this season we've got the edge, to be honest, in that versus us two. So I think we're the only ones that can chat to you in that game. But so keep going. So.
No, I hear it. Like it's fair. It's a fair point. But yeah, like if teams were coming at us, Bill, we would see a different team. I don't think Arteta's choosing to play it. We're just finding solutions for what we're the cards we've been dealt, kind of thing. So I'm not mad at it. Of course, I don't like it, but I'm not mad at it.
That's the only like kind of silver lining there is in the way Arsenal been playing is find me a team that have comfortably come up against low block. Basically out of Man City, you can't even really say Villa because people don't expect it from them like that. It's really only Liverpool, City and Arsenal that are really coming up against a low block a lot.
Yeah, like almost every game.
Yeah. And to be fair, City and Liverpool haven't really found a way to unlock it like that. Maybe City having moments, to be fair. Like Reindeer's had a thing. Semenyo. Like I think Liverpool struggled the most with the low block, and the table tells the story really. We've definitely fucking struggled with it a lot. Arsenal have handled it the best with the ugliest style of doing it. But because City have found the best balance and they're 4 points behind. So like if they do continue, then low-key, I prefer that than this Arsenal because, like...
What do you mean when you say best balance?
Because with City, they struggle with the low block, not as bad as Liverpool have. Like, they've still been able to unlock it in ways I've seen. Like, in terms of putting balls over the top and hauling runs onto them. Sometimes a mixture of long shots from like maybe Reindeer and Shirky. I've seen him pop some nice long shots to open up the game and shit. And they've been a bit of a mixed bag of tools to try and unlock the low block. And granted, they haven't unlocked it as well as Arsenal have, but they've been able to unlock it a little bit in ways. And we don't know how the league will go. It's getting closer. But it's looked better from them, even though it hasn't been as many. So maybe let's say Arsenal have unlocked, just doing a hypothetical, Arsenal have unlocked 10 low blocks, City have unlocked maybe like 8 or 7, and we've unlocked only like 3. We've been fucking terrible or 2, right? So I prefer City's way. So I'm not going to lie, and we will see. It's getting closer to where we will see. I'm not going to lie, like it's 4 points now.
Yeah.
Dave, and Arsenal have been the best at it, but I can't compromise on this style of
it's not even a compromise, but it's like, they might have the best balance for it, but it's about doing it more. And like, if our style makes it happen more, then so be it.
Yeah, like, but that's what I'm saying. That's soon. Now that type of talk is maybe too
stronger.
soon to take.
So exactly. So if City end up doing it their way and winning more, then well deserved. But as it stands, it's about doing it the most, and we found a way to do it. Like keep going. Like I just want the ball in the back of the net. Like the way these teams are playing against us is disgusting.
And that's okay, but that's the thing is, I think Arsenal's style actually hurt them today, and they weren't able to, being so reliant on that style. Like when they were 3-2 or maybe 2-2, they're celebrating corners, bro. Like, I heard the crowd going a bit loud for corners, and it's like, maybe if you try and just keep the ball in play and figure out another way, maybe creating space for long shots is hard. Maybe there's like another way. Like, I know it's hard to say that because it's worked for them basically every single game up to this one. So it's very hindsight type of thing to say that. But who knows, today their style hurt them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even when they were 1-0 up, they couldn't. There's a lack of creativity, bro. Like, there's just a lack of how to formulate goals or without a dead ball kind of thing. So, and they had control where they had the ball, but they just couldn't figure out a way. And like, yeah, that's what comes with when you rely so much on this way. Sometimes you do need to do that other way. And I get it works in the Champions League because the teams are mad open. But yeah, man, you got to figure out a way to do it also here in the Prem without the dead ball thing. And I did think it hurt them today. So yeah, but let's continue with the game. And also with the game, right, you skipped straight to the mistake that Zubi made, which was their equaliser goal. How did you feel about when Arsenal went 1-0 up? Because to me, you were very reserved. After Arsenal went 1-0 up, they were mad reserved. And how did you feel about the game after that goal, the game, about the first goal?
To be fair, I just thought I trust this team to keep a clean sheet. So I just felt from that moment, it's happy days, to be honest. But the one concern I did have, and I remember I was saying at half-time, I think Martinelli, because I knew these men have got no choice but to push up now. There's going to be space in behind. And that's what I say about the front three decision. Like, when these men are ready to push up, you've got no in-behind threat. So it's going to be so it means they can just comfortably push up and not worry about what's back there. Because we've got no transitional threat. So I think Arteta handled it wrong. Granted, they did score before you even had the chance to make that change at half-time, if anything, to be fair. But, even then, the game was... Because Man U were kind of, brave with it. Even at 1-1, they were like, nah, we've got another goal in us. So it was becoming a bit more of an end-to-end-ish kind of game. They had spells, we had spells. And I think that was... Half-time was the time to make... You need pace in that front. Someone that can stretch the game. Even Gyökeres, as bad as he is, he does get in behind. Yeah, he does stretch the game in a way. That even that's just something in terms of balance. When Saka and Trossard on the wing, you need someone that runs in behind. You can't have all three players coming to feet. It just doesn't work. It's way too congested and it's too slow. There was bare transitional moments, and then Trossard, because he's not fast enough, he has to turn in and retain the ball in that, and it's nasty to watch, man. So I think that was an issue, to be honest. I think so. When we scored the first goal, I was confident. I was like, do you know what? I trust this team. Keep a clean sheet. Should be happy days. But then they score maybe 10 minutes later or something. Yeah. And it's but that's come off our error. So it's I'm not too shook on Man U right now. They've not really done too much. Yeah, it's we've given them that. Yeah. We've given. Sure. So I was still next half, I think if he makes the right changes, should be all right. But then he didn't. About
10 minutes after that goal.
Yeah, that's the Dorgu goal, right?
Yeah. How did he feel?
So then it's this is long. Then it's make some fucking changes now. Yeah. And he, to be fair, he reacts with 4. But the problem is with that is when you change the whole midfield, the game it's a new game again, basically.
What was the energy of the pub after that goal? I would love
Dorgu goal.
I would say half time, but I'm sure you guys you just said how you felt because you gave them that goal. You're probably so confident.
The 1-1 goal.
Yeah. But that 1-1 goal. No. But the 2-1 goal, I'm saying.
The Dorgu goal.
So half time, you're probably still comfortable.
Dead silent, base, right? Innit? Dead silent.
That, when that goes in, the Dorgu.
Bro, you could hear it.
No one expected it.
No, bro, it was a stunner. Yeah. It's just out of nowhere. But it's one of those where you have to admire it. So it's whoa. Yeah. We were stunned. That's the word for it. Stunned.
Is Raya at fault? Could have Raya stopped that?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment, bro.
Okay.
No comment.
Fair enough. Because I know who you fault at that one. Maybe the midfield. Rice and Zibby got... Yeah. They were getting played around, bruv. To be
Yeah.
honest, Zubi's at fault for 2. You could say 2 in this game, mate. Like that. I don't know if you see the replay, but they were getting fucking played around for that goal, bro.
Yeah.
And like that weren't a good look at all for them, to be honest. And I guess you don't know who you fault for that one. Maybe it's just a wonder goal, bruv. It's just a beautiful finish, volley.
It was like a poor version of that Wilshere Giroud little link up bounce thing, ping pong. It was a nice goal, but we were stunned, man. Like just stunned, but then it's like okay, we still got a big this is a title race we're in. Like let's push and all that. So we'll after maybe like the stun of the effect of it like lower down a bit. A couple minutes later, we're all rooting for it. And then
4 subs. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, the 4 subs is like, well, something has to be done.
Yeah.
And one of Odegaard and Zubi has to get the fuck off right now because you're stinking the place up. And like, one of you have to know that you fucked up. Like, you have to be punished for what you've done. Let's be real. So, like, it was cool, but 4 at one time. Like, I
thought that was a bit.
Yeah, I think they could have been slightly separated because when you bring a whole new midfield on, they're not really in the rhythm of the game.
Exactly.
So like. I'm not a fan of like changing a whole midfield, like 2 midfielders in one sub. I've never liked it. And, you've got to adjust to the rhythm. So even when we get like a goal out of nothing really based off momentum just because we made the change. If you notice, their goal happens because our midfield's not adjusted into the game. Like Kuna just runs straight through. Rice is only just moved to the 6th position, so he's stretching to try and like tackle him, but he can't get there. And it's a wonder, and that goal has kind of come from just the lack of rhythm the midfield has in the game, where like no one has stayed in the position they started the game with. You've either made 2 subs, 2 players have come on, and then Rice has ended up in a different position, like different role. So the midfield's completely different. So like. That was in the back of my mind when those changes happened. Like, 2 midfielders. Maybe one could have waited. Maybe you could have separated them by 5 minutes. To be fair, despite the mistake and how shit he played, I think Zubi could have stayed. Odegaard had to get off. He had to get off. But Eze, like, you could have done either Eze or Marino for him, and then the next one a bit later, just for the fluidity. But a whole midfield change was mad. But Arteta was pretty much angry and accepting that he fucked up. Like, to be honest, and I hope he did. But. Gyökeres, Jesus expected, just it's
Ben White, Eze, Gyökeres and Marino.
Ben White was one of those. I was like, did we need that? But I get it because the campaign's just come off an injury. But I hate Timber at left back. I hate it. I hate it. The only time I've liked it is when we played U-Man last season. I feel he did a great job against Salah. Still scored though, but. Like, that's the only time I was like, but Salah only scored when Timber came off, actually. So he locked down Salah, and I think that cutting in thing, Timber handled that well. That's the only time I've ever liked it. Besides that, I hate it. The balance, the build-up, everything. I just hate it. Just go Miles, please. Just go Miles, man. Like, if you want to make that change. So... there was that.
So Ben White comes in on right.
I wasn't happy with the
You've got
subs.
Eze that goes Cam, then Marino joins Rice in the midfield. And Gyökeres comes on for Jesus. Yeah,
it's like necessary subs, but it wasn't like to be fair, I was saying though, what was I saying? I was saying Marino clutch. I was saying to everyone, Marino's got a moment in him, and as always he delivers. But niggas is always hating on him. Why? He's better than you. He's our best striker, to be honest. Like, let's really talk about it. He's the best 9 at this club.
Even Gyökeres,
he's better than him.
He was pretty flat
Marino's better than him. Like, let's actually talk about big games now, Marino. Liverpool home and away last season, scored both games. Real Madrid scored. Newcastle away, if we're going to give Odegaard credit for that game, Newcastle away was a big game for us when he scored clutch goal. Chelsea, I believe. Chelsea scored last season and this season, I think. This season, but 2 seasons Chelsea. Big assist in that Real Madrid game away from home. So he scored at home and then got the big assist to Martinelli away from home. This guy's a big game player. Big boy mentality. Today, exactly. Like, we can keep going. So respect Marino, please. Respect this guy. He's not asking to be like no indispensable starter. The guy, he's our best 9, to be honest. That's a fact. And But he could do a job there. He could do a job at 10. He could do a job at 8. And I was impressed with him at 6. Actually, one thing I've been disappointed with is when we've made that change for Marino coming on for Zibby is that Rice has gone to the 6. I liked Marino enough in that 6 to me because I think Marino's kind of better in tighter spaces than Rice in a way.
It's a Spanish thing.
Yeah, and so I'd rather actually see Marino at 6, to be honest, and let Rice continue the box-to-box thing. I don't think Rice at 6 has been good, like, in any game this year. But, yeah, so I was happy to see Marino on because it's like, I know this guy's got a moment, and granted, he delivered as he always does. Obviously, Eze, I'm happy to see him, but I still didn't like the balance of the sub. It was like, it's just all happened too sudden. But Arteta was fuming and panicking. So that's the reality, man.
And then so the game continues, but 75th minute, Madueke comes on for Trossard. And then Saka gets moved to the left.
That's the only thing I like about that change.
Yeah, how did you feel about that, bro?
That's the only thing I like about that change because, like I said, Saka's got to be more adaptable to other positions because I feel with the emergence of Dalman, with what even Nwaneri was doing, because Nwaneri's actually got a better feel for goal than Saka. Like, if you're just talking feel, it's natural.
Sure.
When he opens his body up to shoot, I fancy him more. So, like, you've got guys that are really... from that angle can do more in terms of threatening the goal. So I do think Saka has to start being adjusted. I don't think that right wing's locked down for him like that no more, to be honest. I think
wouldn't have preferred maybe Madueke on the left and then Saka.
Madueke's been
got a lot of touches, I thought, coming off the bench.
Yeah, but
like missed touches, over touches off the pitch, like bad end product touches.
Yeah.
But he got a lot of the balls, so you wouldn't have... Well, I guess he creates...
No, but Saka wasn't doing enough against Shaw, bro. Like, Saka's been... to be honest, like, it's Cucurella... Like, Cucurella didn't lock him down, but it was a tussle. Kirkers and now Shaw, like, there's a problem that people aren't acknowledging. There's a problem, bro. Like, oh, my days. Like, it's so sad, but, like, people just ain't seeing that this guy is not that 1v1 demon that he's been in the last few years, and people want to ignore it. But let's just actually stick with the facts. Like, what we're seeing out there is, like, this guy is getting locked down by, like, bang average left back. Like, to be honest. Like, even, like, Kirkes, I thought, okay, that's revived Kirkes' career. All of a sudden, Robertson wants to leave. And he's probably thinking, okay, Kirkes is here now. And then Bournemouth happens. It's like, oh, yeah, shit, back to... it's back to how it was. It's like, Kirkes he just kind of, like, popped out for one good game against Saka. And that's what, like, man are doing now. Like, they're popping out for their one big game against Saka and then just being back to... He was shit against Bournemouth. Like, literally, he was at fault for the goal. Robbo came on. Bruv, Robbo came on. I thought Robbo was in London sorting out the contract, bro. I thought it was that close. Like, man said, nah, Robbo, you're going nowhere. You ain't ready. So, bruv, that's where we're at with it, where it's like, these bang average man are like locking Saka down, bro. And like, to be honest, it's a concern, man. And it's a concern to the point where it's just like, I don't think he should have that right flank on lock. So, really, I was like, yeah, fine, good. Let's let Saka be adjustable a bit. And on the left, you know, he had a few moments. And then even then he comes to the right in an unexpected moment. And that's when he had that shot that Lemons has to get down for. And I think that works better for him. But when he's stuck on the right wing, I think he's becoming more easier to lock down now. Like Shaw, I would say Shaw locked him down, but Shaw can leave that game thinking, oh, that was light work. Like that was fine. Nice day at the office for me. Like, and he could be fine with thinking that, you know. So that's becoming a problem. Like the only grace in, because some people are saying, like giving Saka that deal and stuff when, you know, he's playing like this is mad. The only grace in that is that his successor or complementer, if Saka goes to another position, is also free in what we're looking at from the academy. So that's the only thing that makes that a bit easier to take. Otherwise, I'll be like, oh, this deal for the way he's performing is a bit worrisome. Like, because we made bad decisions like that with Ozil, Aubameyang, where, you know, and Saka's far younger, so it don't seem like one of those. But the way he's performing now, he's looking like a shadow of the old player. So, yeah, man, like, so I was okay with his position change, but I would have gone Martinelli. It's like, you need a goal and you're bringing on someone that hasn't scored in a whole calendar year in the Premier League.
So you would have brought Martinelli on instead of
Trossard, and I would have probably kept Saka on the right wing. The only other thing, maybe I would have not brought Gyökeres on and put Marino up top.
Yeah.
I would have put Marino up top, brought Martinelli on, and then Noni could have also came on. I don't think Gyökeres was that crucial to bring on because I knew he wouldn't score. Knew he wouldn't do shit.
Yeah.
I knew he wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
He never does anything. What's he ever
I
do?
thought he might open up the game a little bit.
Just doesn't do
Because
anything
it was so
ever.
compact with Jesus, like you're saying.
Yeah.
So I thought, it's fair.
But he never does.
Yeah,
Every single week in the Prem, he never ever surprises you. Like once, it's never like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like the only time he did that in England. But that don't surprise because of space, and it's like from what we read and what we looked at the clips we saw and the YouTube and all that shit that we saw when you were marketed and the celebration thing. From what we saw, that's how it should look in the chat. So when it's the Champions League and there's more space, I'm not that surprised.
Yeah.
But in the Prem, he never surprises us.
Yeah.
Never. Like the only time it was the League Cup against Chelsea, but even that it was a tap in. It's like you couldn't miss that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I was just thought when Gyökeres came on, I didn't get gas. Remember, man was cheering.
Yeah.
I was thinking, people were, and I guess like obviously he's coming off the back of the Inter thing, but in my mind I was like, what's this hype about? He won't do nothing. I promise you guys. I'll bet this. I'll buy every single one of. In my head I was thinking, I'll buy every single one of you a pint if this guy changes the game and scores a goal or even assists a goal.
Yeah.
I was so confident he wouldn't do shit, and it happened. As always, every week.
Yeah.
So
about 10 minutes after that change, where Saka moves on to the left, Arsenal get a goal. And we're thinking again, as I said before, they've done it again. Marino, it's a scat. How did you feel about that goal when it goes in?
I was gassed because Marino, the guy was backing, so it's just like every time, every time.
Did you feel like the draw, like
No. I was happy it came. I was happy it came that early because I was like, we got enough time to get the third. That's my mind. I did. In my mind, I was thinking no other result than a win against Man U is what I'm accepting. That was how I was coming into it. I didn't give a fuck about this pet thing he was doing, like this Man City. I wasn't gassed because I saw City lose to Bodo. So I was like, that shit weren't impressive like that. So I was coming into this game thinking a win and nothing else. The only time you were willing to take the draws when they scored and we got to like 85th minute. It's like, the best we can do is now a draw. But when the Marino goal goes in, we're going mad because we're thinking, oi, like the win's here now for us. But then they
that's what some of us think they do it again. Exactly. So Marino 84th minute and then Cunha 87th minute. And he's what a goal. Cunha, like you just can't stop that. I guess Ryu could have got there quicker. I think like there's just so much time between the ball where it's like 30 yarders. So the ball and where it hits in terms of the goal. Raya probably could have gathered and got to the corner quicker. Maybe he should have. You always bring up his height, which seems like an issue for you. I know you're not that comfortable.
Yeah, but you know what? People have had a go for that, and like people have said, this and that. So I've left it. Yeah. I've left that conversation out, and I just look at the goals now and say, okay. Yeah. Like I look at some of these goals that aren't even in the corner like that, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Like
that's what
so.
You want.
Like do I think Donnarumma would have saved those? Yeah. I think like the Dorgu goal was cold, but it wasn't in the corner. Like I'll tell you the one goal, Buendia's goal we saw before we left. That goal, because it's curling, like, because Perpe's...
the dip.
Yeah, the dip, and it's curling away into the corner. That's the goals where it's like, there's nothing you can do. When I I can acknowledge when a goal is mad, that it's just a mad goal. Some of these, because it's the same way I don't get too big on the Raya saves, because I'm like, it looks better than it is because he's dramatic like that because of the reach and stuff. But, also when they score those goals, sometimes I look at them and I think that is savable, bro. That's savable. But credit where it's due. Dorgu and Cunha scored 2 great goals. I think Cunha's goal was legit. I don't think that's anything to do with Raya. Dorgu's goal is the debatable one. I think that could get pushed over. I think Courtois is pushing that over the bar. I think even Emmy, Martinez, the save he made earlier today. That's the same kind of height and angle. But it is what it is. Like
that Cunha goal was mad. And after that, how did you man feel?
No, it was flat. Just, the whole place, because it's just
a
like
draw. Can we get a draw?
We were hoping, but I think it was such a sucker blow where it's just like they've actually scored 2 wonder goals.
Yeah.
Every time we fought back, they've just hit us with a wonder goal. That's when you just felt, and that's when you just felt it's just not our day. Like I had that feel. I don't know how you felt, but I just started to feel it's not our day. Once that Kuna one went in,
I was like, nah.
I was like, it's not happening, bro. So that's how I felt. I was just like, I kind of want to just go. Like, I just want to get out of here, bro. That's how I felt. So.
Yeah, man. And after that, really. I mean, a lot of time wasting from Man U's. Looked like a few injuries here and there. But you know what, man? They went away and grinded a fucking result, bro, for them. Big result. Now they're in fifth. Fourth. Chelsea are fifth. Liverpool are sixth. So
one final thing I will say, VAR 2 weeks in a row now. The Ola Aina, and didn't he post it on laughing about it?
So which was kind of
come on. Like Ola Aina, blatant pen. And then today, like I know what people are saying, but that's not a natural position isn't you on the floor. So if it harms a potential goal, that I swear that's the rule. Like if it derails a potential goal and it hits your hand, I swear it's a pen or something. So just check it, VAR it, like. And obviously we're at the spot, so it's loud and shit. So I don't know if they actually VAR'd that, but the ball didn't go out for ages, so it felt like they didn't get the chance. But you confirmed that they didn't even check it. So it's like, how's that not getting checked? So when you're saying this Man U return's good for football, and I'm just thinking back to them days. If Man U are gonna start moving like that, this ain't good. This is not good. Because Man U, bruv, when them man were cheating, it was dark. That was like football we'd never seen before. It's like, and it's always them. Like every time we're on a good thing, it's always them, man, that just haunt us like this. So it was very annoying, but VAR check, like it's interesting. And like if we do get another dubious one, like that we don't get given, then we're gonna have to start looking into like, okay, what's going on? Like, are people trying to like stop us from winning this league and shit? Like we gotta start looking at that because like that's 2 in a row. So that's the last thing I got on that.
Yeah, man. And soon we'll move on to the title race, top 4 race, and all that. But I have got a question for you two Arsenal fans. Hypothetically, if Arsenal don't win the league, are you Arteta in or out? Are you? Let's say hypothetically. Are you Arteta in or out?
By the way, these are two guys that have backed Arteta from the hill. Like none of us have wavered in the time. But you go first because
I can't be Arteta out because I think I've never seen a manager get so close and flop. Like it'll be weird. Like if let's say he doesn't win this year, it will be hard to watch it again with the same enthusiasm. I wouldn't say I'm Arteta out though fully, but it'll be so strange. I've never seen someone with so much potential and not fulfill it. You know that's strange. It's strange for me.
I hear that. How do you feel with it?
I do hear what Eddie's saying. Just because in the sense, because basically you were saying that in terms of the panic would be if he goes elsewhere and then succeeds, then it will hurt because it's like, but. By the way, I wouldn't be Arteta out. I wouldn't be Arteta out. But I'm not really gonna argue with people that are anymore. That's where I'll be with it. I'll be in that same of like, if you're Arteta out, then so be it type shit. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I've been going back and forth for a time now. Now, if we don't somehow win this league or even a trophy, like, and
that's what I think is realistic. I can see Arsenal getting the league up maybe. Which is soon,
City
but maybe getting a bit gassed. You know, they haven't done the long thing before. Quite inexperienced in terms of like winners in the team. Maybe you get a League Cup, get a bit complacent. Like complacency's for sure kicking in now. It's maybe like that. So then you end the season with a League Cup. Maybe not a Prem, maybe not a Champions League, but still a League Cup. Would that be considered successful still? I still think that's.
Nah, we have to win it. From this position. The league has to happen. Like, because we've had opportunities to go 9 points.
Exactly,
9 points clear. Like 3 game swings.
You can see where it's going wrong. Like, why don't you just win that game? Why don't you just win that game?
Like, if we huff and puff and we're just unlucky in the end, you could take that. Like 23-24 season, bruv. you won 18 games from the last 19.
Yeah.
What more can you do? City were just better. That's when you can give it up and be like, listen, they like that man can drop 100 mil like that on Jan when like it's nothing. You can't compete with that.
I felt that way when we got 99 points.
Like when you're doing that, it's those. But from this position we're in, you can't accept anything other. But like I said, I'm not gonna be shouting Arteta out, but I'm gonna leave you man that do and just not argue and at least hear you man out. That's where I'm at with it.
Do you think the fan base can get toxic again if you don't?
Potentially,
sure.
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, and it actually brings me to my next point. Is even hypothetically, if Arsenal do win the league this season, I can see very similar to Liverpool this season, where they will not retain the title. If they win it this season, next season, no way. A lot of players will be leaving. It'll be very weird and shaky, like a little bit with Liverpool this season.
But when you say players leaving,
Odegaard,
do you think we'll lose anyone that we don't want to keep, like that we don't want to lose?
Potentially, Saliba. Like if there's like a offer,
not next season.
Yeah,
we got all the power in that
you're
situation.
saying. Yeah, true.
We
now
got all
because
the
of the
power in
contract.
that.
Because of the contract fair. And I guess Mosquera is still happy, kind of, be coming off the bench because he's quite young. So yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, I mean maybe there'll be players you want to lose. Like I think you lose Odegaard.
Hopefully that will be by choice. Hopefully that will be by choice.
Yeah, I think you lose maybe Jesus.
Hopefully that will be by choice.
Like I'll see a lot of players leaving, and we'll see with the new players coming in. Maybe the team does get improved.
Yeah,
I think you can improve on this in terms of the style of football. That is the silver lining in Arsenal shit. Is there's definitely room for improvement, and they're doing this good still, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they're still like top of Champions League, top of the Premier League, and there's a lot of room for improvement. So you can see. With Liverpool's last season, it was the last dance. They're all old as shit. Like after that, it's like I don't know if this. Even with all the signings, everyone got gas. I was one of the only ones that said the defense still fucked.
Yeah,
and I've still got a lot to talk about with that because one thing Slot said at the time, which has come to fruition, is they said, well, we spent all these players on attackers, Verts, Isak, Ekitike, this and the third, but defence, we've only gone with attacking defenders. So what do you think with centre-backs? No centre-backs. They asked him, and he said, I feel like Gravenberch and Endo can fill in defence. Well, that's happened. And we're going to get to that. But
just quickly back on your thing, like, the one useful thing, to be fair, Liverpool have given us 2 references in both those points, where the whole going for like being on top of all these competitions. The first time when you man were on your fake quadruple shit, like not fake, but you know what I mean, the thing that didn't happen.
Everything. We played every single game you can play. That season. Yeah.
But the one thing we gotta learn from that is like putting so much eggs into all baskets and like falling short, especially of the real 2 that you want from the 4 trophies.
That's what happened with us.
Because you won literally the worst 2 of the 4. Like,
League Cup, FA Cup,
if you won at least
Champions
one Prem
League
or Champions League in there, then it's cool.
Yeah.
But like let's not, because like we have to at least win one of the big ones, like Prem or Champions League. So let's not get too caught up in this quadruple thing, because I like, for example, when like, I think we made a mistake with, was it Forest, when, he rested Saka and Trossard for the Inter game in midweek. And it's like, I know you want to stay on top of the Champions League, but we can go 9 points clear, wrap up the league, and then you got all year. Like, if we're 9 points clear, you got all season to, like, experiment and do this shit. But wrap it up. Yeah. So, like, when we didn't do that against Forest, that had me worried a bit, because it's like, oh, you're really, like, looking at every single comp when you've got the opportunity to just wrap the league up. Like, if we're 9 points clear, this United loss don't hurt like this. But now it's like, it's a race again, and that's all because of like, Forest last week. Those drop points are crucial in all of this. It's not just United. Forest are shit this year. So, like, to drop points against them, that was big. So, that's the one reference we have of you. And then the second point is, in regards to, like, let's say we do win the league, in regards to retaining it next year, one thing we have to learn is like squad balance and building. So like players that we shouldn't lose anyone we don't want to lose. Yeah. Like, even for example, as much as I'm ready for Trossard to go, the fact that he's been a starter in this team throughout our title run it's probably wiser to keep him but as backup for sure. Odegaard can go though, because I feel like we kind of soft launched his replacement, and that replacement has played a big part in this run anyway. So we're kind of, I feel, for me, we're ready for a big one like that. But other than that, I think, let's not have a massive like in and out thing. Shift.
Yeah.
Like you can buy another striker because Gyökeres ain't good enough.
Yeah.
And then I think Odegaard's replacements are both internal. You've got Nwaneri and Eze as options. Yeah. And I think those two, like just that. But if we go gung-ho like Saliba sell or even Ben White sell and all this, because I'm seeing, these links.
Yeah.
It's don't make that mistake.
Ben White should go. Like, he should get more football game time somewhere, you know what I mean? I think he's good enough.
I've liked those Livramento links, though.
Yeah.
I've liked that. If we want to keep an English... and I think Timber needs competition. I don't think Timber's, like, secure like that.
I've liked that for Liverpool too, though. The Livramento, for sure. We need a right back. And I think Conor Bradley's injured, and not only that, I don't think he's strong enough to... But he's good rotation piece. Don't know to start though. I just think we need to strengthen that area.
I like Trent too.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk Trent. We'll definitely talk Trent in a minute. Trent would not work in the Arsenal system though.
Yeah, so you take him and we'll take Liverpool.
Yeah, we'd like to take Trent back, bro. But that does bring us on to the next topic, which is the title race. Top 4 race. All of the races are tight. Relegation race is even tight, but we probably won't touch on that. But the title race and top 4 race, bro, now obviously it's a 4-point cushion, 4-point gap. Arsenal have, as I mentioned earlier, they've dropped points on a weekend where the 2 teams below them have gained points. So now it's only a 4-point gap, and City and Villa are both joint at second, you can say. Who do you fear more again? I've asked you this before previously. I think you said City because of the trauma.
City, for sure.
It's still City.
Yeah.
Even if Villa signed
Tammy Abraham.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham and...
Nah, Villa definitely is someone like I'm not ignoring at all. Because
the results are just happening for them.
But I think the deeper they go in Europa, which are taken seriously, I think it'll be a very big ask for them to keep at pace in the Prem and go far in Europa.
On top of that, their manager has said they're not like...
Yeah, but everyone says that.
Yeah.
Like they all, to take the pressure off. But
in
his mind, to make no mistake, Emery wants... like, if Arteta's the other alternative, Emery wants this title.
Yeah.
He wants this title. Like, he went crazy. Like, I really seen Emery lose his cool like that. After he lost to us, like, and he did the handshake, and then... And then the interview was like, nah, I'm fine, I'm happy, I'm okay. And I love Emery, big up Emery. But, like, after that, you could tell he's taking the league serious. So don't ignore what he's saying. He's taking the pressure off his players. It's good management, but... How
confident are you in the title race right now? Like, are you confident that you'll win it? Do you still feel pretty confident that you can do it? Or you feel like...
I feel infused.
Needs to be business Jan. Like, how do you feel?
I don't think any external solutions can solve this unless you could buy a striker, which we won't do because we've got 3 high-profile ones, to be honest. So I don't think anything external can say. Maybe a DM, maybe, and I've heard Norgard links. You've heard that Norgard
leaving.
Yeah, just leaving. So that's
like
interesting.
Game time from captain to.
Yeah, but he knew what it was. So I don't know why he's surprised. Like, he knew what it was. You weren't gonna start ever. Like, why would we start? Why would we sell Partey for you? Like, so you knew what time it was. Maybe you were expecting a bit more. And I mean, I guess he's seen games where we put Rice DM and all that, and like Marino sometimes, and he's thinking, I expected more. But you knew what time it was. So, but maybe another 6 would do. But besides that, I don't think anything external, in terms of the actual 11, I don't think anything external that's realistic in Jan could happen. So, I'm enthusiastic, not confident, enthusiastic about it still. Like, I still believe. But, like, we still need that statement win, man. Like, Liverpool, both home and away, haven't done it. Chelsea away, when they had 10 men, we didn't do it. City, we drew against at home. The only real statement, like big wins we've had, is kind of Villa and Newcastle, but those felt like more personal big wins because they're like our bogey teams, I guess. And we didn't expect Villa to stay at this pace when we did beat them.
Yeah.
Well, no. When we first lost to them, we didn't.
Yeah.
But obviously, the second game we took it more serious because it's like, okay, they're here. But besides, like, I want a win against like either one of Chelsea, City, or like Liverpool. We can't do anymore. But Chelsea or City, like, are the other top 4 teams I take serious as like real top 4. I know Villa are there, but real big 4 teams, let's say.
Villa games are done as well.
Yeah. We have to beat one of those. Etihad would be the one. We have to beat one of those to justify the season. Like, it's hard to feel happy about a title win when you haven't really got no big wins. Like, Tottenham is light work. Like, I don't. That's like a normal day. Like, to be honest, it was a great night, a great moment, but it should happen. To be honest, like, respectfully.
Yeah.
But
and I was just mentioning to these boys that the thing is with Arsenal, right, is you look at their last 3 games now. They've dropped out. They could have got 9 points. They've got 2 and dropped quite a lot, like 7 points in those games. Liverpool draw, Forest draw, and then Man U lost at home. And Liverpool and Man U both at home. And this is what I mean when I said we've seen this so much with Arsenal. This was like the point, the stage normally where that bottle comes. That's why I do feel a lot of like what you're saying, empathy with what you're saying with Odegaard, because I associate this with him a lot. I'm not going to lie, but the amount of times I've seen Odegaard be the one in that midfield where Arsenal at this point where they're like top of the table for so long in the league and then you get here. It's either they start the season really well and then end it poorly, or vice versa. They start poorly and end it, go on a mad run at the end of the season. Like the run you kind of were just on. I think you were on an unbeaten run for a little bit, for quite a while until this game, to be honest, since Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken, in the Premier, which was like one of the first games. So yeah, like, and now the run has ended. Like it always kind of goes. That's what I mean. I've seen this a lot of times. So now they're fighting their own like demons, bruv. Like that's Arsenal are the only ones that can get in their way, and it's not about. I get it that they've been the bullies this season, so we say okay, only City and Chelsea, the other big teams will probably drop points within now to the end of the season. They're the only big ones left. We should be able to handle that with the small teams, but they dropped points to Forest, which was a small team kind of, and this is like. It's at that point now where their next game to me is huge, bro. Like, because if they now go 4 games without a win and they drop points to a lesser kind of team, it's just, we've seen it so many times. Like, we've seen it, and it just looks like the makings of DNA for something.
Man wants to see that, bro. I'm hearing it. He's like, he actually wants to see us crumble, blood. Like, man, like,
bro.
The thing is that it's not rare. Everyone wants to see the day when we crumble, and I get that. That's fine.
Yeah,
but I'm enthusiastic. Like, I will say, this last month has put me off a bit in terms of like Forest was a big error because it's like, especially because it came off, like you were saying, our decisions. Like, why are you rotating Saka and Trossard when we've got the opportunity to go 9 points clear? Like, just focus on tonight, wrap up the league, and then you can experiment and stuff later. Like, but you're thinking about, like, we're top of the Champions League, we're going through to the next round. Yeah, we can finish first in that, but PSG, I swear PSG were playoffs last year and they still won it. So that's not that
Liverpool
vital.
were in your position.
I mean, I get it though. The higher you finish, I think you get guaranteed the second leg at home in the knockouts. So it is a thing, but like, we're still safe enough in that competition where top 2 is almost guaranteed at this stage. Like, because with the last fixture, Karat, like, 3 points is definitely guaranteed in one of the 2 games. So, like, why would you rotate against Forest and then because you're focused on Inter? And that's what cost us. So that's what the last month has made me think, okay, we're making decisions where, okay, now we're wobbling a bit. We've just invited them man back in, like Villa and City. We could have run away. Like Liverpool did last year. Run away with it. So, yeah, but I am enthusiastic. Not confident, but enthusiastic. Like, I look forward to the battle. Like, I like it. Like, it's good.
Yeah, so. No, fair enough, man. But then it's more, we're going to be moving a bit more onto Liverpool now because it's a top 4 race as the other one. And we've just dropped out of that. from 4th this weekend, same as Arsenal. The two teams behind us won whilst we lost. And they've actually climbed ahead of us. So we dropped down to 5th from Chelsea. And then Man U win, we dropped to 6th. And Man U climb above Chelsea and Liverpool up into 4th. And you know what? How I feel about it? I'll be honest how I feel about it, bro. I want to see these teams at their best. That's how I feel. With like Slot, you need to like beat these teams at their best. Good. That Man U were able to get the win. Good. I like what's in here. That Chelsea were able to get the win. Beat them at their best. And if you can't, we know like, I'm sorry, we know what it is with Slot. I'm sorry, but I've got like a lot to cover with Liverpool. And we can basically start getting into the Liverpool game now, which is Liverpool yesterday.
Shall I go since you got
You go, because I got fucking a lot. So you go.
To be fair, I ain't got much. Like, we watched it together and, it was just same old though. Like, obviously, the big talking point would have been Salah's return because, obviously, there was this thing of Salah, once he left, the form would be better. And I guess, you know, Liverpool have been better in Salah's absence, in fairness. But it's not been groundbreaking good. It's like draws instead of losses. So, like, you know, how great is that really? But it does still exist. It's still a fact that they're achieving more points without Salah in the team than they are with him in the team. So, obviously, that was big. And, you know, I watched the Marseille game. He stunk up the place in that game. Shocking. And then last night, and like, I do see, like, I guess it's one of those, when you're in their shoes, you can see it more, and it's nasty to watch. He's done, for sure. But, you know, so that was the main issue, like, but it's just all defensive, like, it's just defensive, just a mess in there, like, I don't know what's happened with McAllister this year, man, like, he looks fucking shit. He looks shocking. And then Kirkers, it seems like it was a one-off, the Arsenal game. Like, he seems like he's reverted back to side against his former club too, a big point to prove. And then, you know, funnily, the conversation we were having a few weeks ago about, like, the value of an English defender rung true with that Van Dijk error, where it's like, you don't kick the ball into Rosette, you're still focused on looking cool. And you've just missed time there, and them man have scored off that. And then sometimes that mental... And it's mad to say, because Van Dijk's like, arguably like the GOAT, like he's up there as one of the greatest centre-backs this league has seen. So you're not going to say, if he was English, he'll be better. But I'm just saying, sometimes in those moments, you know...
They're talking about the wind and him. It's not in the interview talking about the wind and the awkward bounce. You just clear the ball.
Get rid of the ball, man. Not everything's a point to look cool. Like,
get rid
of the ball. Like, the thing is, Virgil was at the NBA London game with Henri the other day. So he's on a flex thing. He's on a I'm too cool for school thing. But you're back. It's back to where you've been all season, where you ain't been defending well. Like, just get rid of the ball. Like, I don't get what he was doing in that situation. And I guess, like, I can hear where Liverpool fans are coming from in terms of just thinking that they're done with the Salah Van Dijk era and all of that. So, like, that game was like, there's problems here. And I don't know if it's a thing of it. Is Slot the problem, or is it all the new signings together, or is it just the team? I don't know. But I'm seeing a manager struggle to break down deep blocks and break down teams and cry about end of games but then people are laughing at us and our style. Like, it's like, which one do you prefer? Would you rather win games, and if it's got to be scrappy, or would you rather just cry about every press conference and like just not win? Like, so yeah, man, that's how I felt of the game, the Liverpool game.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I do agree with that. But have you got any more to add with the Liverpool game?
Is this, does it include a top 4 race, or is that a separate?
No, we're like kind of done with it, unless you want to add something.
Nah, I think it'll be an exciting race, like Chelsea. Man U, Chelsea.
Who do you think will get that 4th? If you had to say, from today, the quality, Rosenier, Carrick, Slot.
Chelsea look good, but Man U have the biggest advantage of one game a week. So, and Man U have a lot of quality in their team. So, I feel like those two are more favoured than Liverpool, but we'll have to see. Like, Liverpool finishing out of the top 4 will be a disaster. After winning,
100%. 100% agree. But yeah, so getting to this Liverpool game, and I've wrote down a lot, to be honest. But we do start with the starting lineups, of course. That's always where it starts. And not impressed, very upset with what I see. Don't know why the fuck Ekitike's been dropped. But what I don't like on there is we see Gakpo and Salah, basically. So now, right, is we've kind of got a new formation of the 4-2-2-2. We've got two CDMs, two attack mids, like a right attack mid, left attack mid, and then two centre forwards, like left centre forward, right centre forward. And we're now kind of trying to give Salah a new lease of life in terms of playing him closer to the goal and less wide, which should help him. And I'm thinking, okay, Salah, you need to be able to like at least get maybe 10 goals. You know what I'm saying, with this new setup since he's come back from AFCON. And one thing I can give Slot is Salah got a lot of those opportunities in front of goal in that game. He was in front of the goal a lot more, where we created that for him, but he had a stinker, bro. And him and Gakpo, let me tell you what them two in the attack reminds me of. November, a fucking terrible month. Which I didn't like that. Ekitike's shown no reason to be dropped, but Slot is stubborn and has this affinity for Gakpo. And you always see that throughout football, that managers always just have an affinity for a certain player. You saw it with Giroud and Wenger throughout the days. Like, they can do no wrong for the manager, even though we can all see they keep doing fucking wrong. And I said it last week, but to me, Rio should have started over Gakpo in that stint where Ekitike was injured, Gakpo was on the left. I think Rio should have started in those games. There was maybe 2 or 3 games where he's proved, and even when he came off the bench, we got a goal, and you know we were looking more creative up top. Because unfortunately with Gakpo, there's actually 2 reasons why, and one of them's not directly his fault, but it's just a peak thing. Is that number one, Gakpo and Wirtz don't work. Okay, they can't work together on the pitch like that, because whenever Gakpo's up top on the left, he loves to drift to the left wing a lot. And Wirtz isn't comfortable, number one, being like left striker, so normally that area's empty. Number 2, Wirtz likes to hover outside of the box and kind of use those areas as well. So Gakpo will have possession just completely in Wirtz's like territory. And then Wirtz is kind of null now, like null in effect, because they're just kind of clashing in the same areas. And he's not doing enough with the ball at his feet whenever he's in these areas. And it's like, that was just very poor tactically. Like, with Wirtz, if you notice, Wirtz didn't play very well until we made some changes. And not even when Ekitike came on, when Gakpo came off. Because Ekitike came on the pitch, but we tried to fit Gakpo on all of them. Ekitike's coming hella deep now because there's just bare attackers on. And naturally he does
a question for you though. Do you think with that selection, it's more tactical in the sense of, because when you play 2 strikers that aren't naturally strikers, they tend to be like wingers. Like, because you're using 2 10s, Gakpo and Salah are used to widening the pitch. So remember when Real Madrid won with Ancelotti, when they played Vinny and Rodrigo on top as the 2 strikers, and they had a diamond, and they were basically the width. Do you think maybe that's why? Because Hugo's obviously not really a wide man. Gakpo and Salah are like false strikers, but can widen the pitch. Maybe it's tactical. Like,
it is tactical, but the thing is, Champions League game, which we won during the week. We use a similar system. So it was Ekitike up top left, Salah kind of right striker, and then Szoboszlai right cam, Wirtz left cam, the 2 in midfield, McAllister, Grav, and then obviously the defenders. And it worked in that one because Wirtz and Ekitike have synergy. So they don't get in each other's spaces. That's the thing. They understand each other very well. Like, Wirtz will kind of hover on the left side, hover just outside the box on the left side. Ekitike can naturally come deep so they can link. So he'll come close to him and create a short pass opportunity and then make a movement, and then they will both. Whereas Gakpo and Wirtz don't have that synergy. Gakpo, if Ekitike's got the ball and he's not trying to go forward, he's trying to come back just to play football with maybe a Wirtz and then suddenly go into a space.
Right.
But Ekitike always wants to be up there next to the goal.
Yeah.
Gakpo wants to be on the left. Right? And when he has a ball, he goes to the left, and then it's awkward. It's like, if you go to the left,
who's coming?
Wirtz ain't going to come into the left striker position.
Yeah.
Salah ain't even naturally a striker. Do we want to put a cross in? This is just long, and we're like probing. And our style with Slot is because it's a style of probing. You're just kind of trying to probe a bubble, and there's 99% of the bubble, but there's a 1% exposure, and you need to be perfect in getting it in that little hole.
Yeah.
But most time you can't do it. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't, because it's too hard the way we play. You can't unlock a team like this. They're going to keep defending. We're passing it along. And there's things he said in this interview that kind of exposed him. But, we're passing it along, basically, their final third, just trying to wait, more or less. We're not even coaching tactics that is going to create a goal. We're just like trying to probe, and hopefully someone will get the goal, and it's just not good enough in terms of tactically. I thought he got it really wrong with starting Gakpo over Ekitike. Like, that was a really poor decision from him. And I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's one of those stubborn ones again, because we know how they were looking before. We've turned over the new leaf. Like, Wirtz and Ekitike, everyone's been saying their partnership has been the one good thing about Liverpool this season. And then you just rip it away from us. And the way you did it, like, what you're doing now is he's playing games a little bit, because, like, you've got your agenda and you want that agenda to work.
What's his agenda?
Gakpo is a big part of his agenda. And he's got so it's weird. Like, these are your new signings, but for some reason Gakpo is a big part of his, like, agenda's Dutch thing. I don't know, but he needs Gakpo to be a part of this. A little bit like... And Gakpo was kind of not recently. We were looking a little bit better without him. Obviously, there's a weird thing with Salah where maybe he hasn't been able to, in the end, controlling the Salah situation is still looking a bit shaky, because what are you going to continue doing with Salah? I think Salah can still play up top, because we created opportunities for him. Unfortunately, he couldn't score. But if he's partnered with Ekitike, it shouldn't impact us as much. And it should open up. I think Ekitike is better at creating than Gakpo and stuff. He might get more opportunity. So that's not completely done. But Gakpo starting was just a very bad, and that's his agenda. And he kind of tried to force it. It was like when Amarin did the 4 in the back. Yeah. It worked. They won, and then it's like, okay, we're winning. Now let me try and throw my finger amongst the winning, and hopefully it maintains. And he tried to, okay, we draw. We haven't lost in ages. Okay, let me throw Gakpo and Salah. Like we're back. Let me throw my guys in there. Hopefully we maintain a good result. And then it's not too... But that's a risk, because this happens where, oh shit, everyone's chatting, Salah's back in the squad, we're losing again. Like this, Gakpo's been getting it on the internet. He's been absolutely getting it. And this is the risk that you've not only thrown him into the fire, but your guys let you down, bro. And closer and closer, it's getting closer to that sacking, to be honest. And it's just like, let's be honest, bro. There's so much to talk about. I am Slot out, but I still want to see him. but I still want to see him until the end of the season. Now, if you remember, I put a test on him before the end of the year. So it was after that poor run of games in November where we lost 6 out of 5 and we were 10th or something. And I said he needs to get at 13 points out of the next 18.
Which he fulfilled.
He got the 13 points. So what that did is that meant he was able to stay as the manager up until February, in my opinion.
So it's an ongoing role.
Yeah, because that was for the end of the year. Because remember, I was saying, we were 10th in November. So it was looking like he could get sacked before the end of the year in 2025. Now we passed that one. But since he passed it, draw. Like, I think we've drawn our last 5 to 6 games, bro. Like, and we lost the last one. So out of like a potential 18 points, we've gathered maybe 4, I think. Like 4 draws, 1 loss.
Yeah.
And then we got the next one, so 4 points, which is like very fucking bad. That's really not good. And then there's not only that, in those draws, we haven't been able to do the double against any team that's been promoted. We're the champions. So Sunderland, we drew against them earlier. We're yet to play them in the second one, but we drew, so that's not the double.
Yeah.
We fucking drew twice to Leeds, which is not good enough. And then Burnley, we beat them the first one, but we drew to them recently. So we, as the champions, we haven't been able to do the double against any team. Now, this is a mad stat that you might not know that I'm about to tell you lot. But Liverpool have only managed to get 5 Premier League wins since September. And as champions since September, bro, like November. Yeah. October, November, December, January. We're about to get into February, like 5 months. It's too flat. The football, the style of football's too flat. The players we have, the unbeaten thing was a fucking smoke and mirrors because it's the worst unbeaten run we've ever seen. Yeah. Do you understand? Like, it's the worst unbeaten run we've seen, bro. Yeah. Like, full of draws. So many draws. Yeah. Because in those 6, I think we only won 3 or 4. So, like, it's been bare draws, bro, in this. And it's like, obviously Alonso is becoming available.
Yeah. That's really what's...
Yeah, that's obviously kind of been a catalyst to the whole thing, for sure, is Alonso recently becoming available. Yeah. But even that reporter asked a great question. People were being harsh and being like... And he asked a great question, then just added a stupid bit at the end, which threw off the whole question. But it
wasn't a good question.
No, it was. At first he says, all right, number 1, how do you react to the fans booing your style of play, which they were.
That's a fair question. That's fair.
And number 2, Alonso's just become available, just been fired. Obviously the fans have affinity for him. How do you feel about that? But then he says a dumb shit as, has Alonso like called you or anything? And then he gave Slot an out, where Slot was able to basically focus his whole answer based on that little dumb bit of the calling.
But historically, when has a manager that's under pressure been asked about another name? Normally they say you're under pressure and that, and how do you feel? But when you actually throw another name, I can't remember seeing that before.
Yeah, and that's why it would have been a great question. Without the calling bit, if he didn't say, has he called you? And then Slot was able to run with that. Like, he was like, oh yeah, he called me and told me, yeah, like I'm taking over the team and thing. This and that bit, you know, he was able to, but to just say, look, he's got a relationship, he's just become available. Liverpool were interested in him at the same time they were interested in you. How do you feel? And that's a great question. Sorry. Let's see him wiggle his way out of that one. But you gave him an out with the has he called you and all that dumb shit. It was very unnecessary. But, man, like, this lot team, I'm sorry, but it's just in terms of the way we play, we're just too flat. And I think I've seen, like, enough. I know how Liverpool operate. We won't get someone this gen. With the money we gave, they're not going to give him, like... we can't operate like City and that. We gave you $500 million, bro. Like, sorry, we gave you $500 million in January. You spent it all on attackers. You got Ekatike, you got Isak, you got Verts, you got attacking fullbacks. Sorry, like, we gave you the dough. This is it now. And obviously he was kind of projecting at the time because he said, if there's centre-back issues, we got Endo and we've got Gravenberch that can play in centre-back. Well, now that's happened. It'll be mad if we don't do no business with Gomez just getting injured in this game. But probably Konate's coming back. But, yeah, this is what it is. I don't think he'll be backed further by the board. And I can't say... I feel like we should. I can't say I feel like we should just give him dough January now. And let's see how you do now with what is left. We've got the other team.
It's unfair though, because if you got no defenders and you're playing, and I know you're saying but I know you're saying about it, he said play Gravenberch and Endo, but In a way, because Wenger used to do that. Really, you're actually just defending the board. That's not his real opinion. He's not happy with Endo and Gravenberch having to come centre back. You're just you're just protecting the board, really. And Wenger used to do that a lot, where they used to say, where the DM and this and that, and then you say, but Flamini can play there, Coquelin can play there, and all that shit. But like with this level of depth, like Gomez fucking broke down again yesterday. Like he's shocking. Like his body's done.
Yeah,
like
fair.
Yeah, like
His body's
he
done.
He deserves a proper squad. Like with some depth.
He brought a centre back. He chose to buy like the defenders he bought. There's
But the
talks
centre
about
back gets a
Robertson
freak
fucking
injury.
leaving, which is why we're saying no less than 40 mil. Robertson can't go fucking nowhere.
But do you think
right
Slot
now.
agrees with that? Slot showed how he feels about that by bringing him on yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course.
his decision. So it's
But in
Arsenal.
terms of the defensive, I think we could have got a centre back, bro. We tried to get Gay and it fucking failed. He was wearing a Liverpool kit. Obviously now he's gone to City, he was wearing a Liverpool top. Like, we were that close to getting him, it failed. I said it and it'll always come back to this. He prioritised the Isaac thing. That on the last week of deadline week, that Monday, Isaac was confirmed. And Gahey weren't confirmed yet, and that means we prioritise attacker.
Him or the board.
And I always knew it'll come back to her. So
But him or the board, that's the real question.
I don't
you
even
might
care
be blaming
about-
him for things that are above his head. That's the real thing.
Yeah, that is the real question, and I guess we'll never know with that one. But what I do know is that we spent a decent amount on defenders. I think we spent 40 mil on Kirkes, 35 on Frimpong. Yeah, so that's like 75 mil on defenders. So
Yeah.
and we got Leone for 19, so maybe almost 100. I think we got him for 19 mil.
Yeah.
And just that's the thing. They gave you 100 mil for defenders. That's like what the board can. We gave you 100 mil for defenders. Like, sorry, this is like that's enough. Sorry, bro. Like that's enough. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's enough. I know Trent went.
That's the thing. And Trent went because of you-man's mistake. You-man didn't extend his deal.
Yeah.
This was going on before I came. How was your three most valuable players on their last summer?
Yeah.
So you-man fucked up the Trent thing. So you owe me. So I need that right back regardless.
Yeah.
I've saved you a bit of bread where I've made Bradley at least look competitive at this level. But I need a proper right back for that replacement. And then Kirkes, Robbo's done now.
Yeah.
So I need another left back. But then Leone, that's not his fault. Like, that's a freak injury that can happen. But that's a freak moment. But you needed more even you said it, everyone said it.
How much was the Gahey? Do you know how much we paid? Because that is not even 100 mil then. We basically put 140 mil towards defenders then, because the Gahey was like done. It was like basically done, bro. But then Palace just couldn't get another centre back, so they're like, he ain't going nowhere. Which really had to do with Robertson. This Robertson talk is crazy. I know people saying 40 mil.
40 mil's mad.
I'll take that any day. With our depth, you can't go nowhere, bro. Like, this is top four's in jeopardy. We can't let go of fucking defenders right now. Are you crazy? Like he's got to stay, Robertson, to be honest, until the end of the season. Whatever.
But ain't Simicaz recordable?
Simicaz is coming back. Yeah, so we might do that.
Yeah.
We might, which fair.
Because 40 mils for this
Robertson,
Robbo.
Yeah, fair.
Robbo is not 40 mil.
It
Like,
is
I
fair.
would bite
think
your fucking hand off.
I think that's what it looks like. We're gonna let Robbo go for the 40. Bring Simicaz. But we need to bring in more defenders, centre backs. We've let fucking Gahey.
40 mil helps.
Yeah, we've let Gahey in the same week that we let Gahey go to City. One of our other centre backs got injured. And all of this is part of the story. But I said, I don't know if you remember, but I said it's going to be tough because you now need to work with the defenders you have. Do you remember I said that maybe a month and a half ago? I said, with Slot, maybe there's a way out of it, but I doubt it because now you need to work with the defenders you have.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean, where we're now at that point. Bradley got injured in that big game. Gomez gets injured. Robertson looks like he's out the door. Endo's now playing in centre back, and this is it, bro. This is what I meant. No one can say the money weren't given. The way the money was distributed was terrible, bro. 117 million for Verts, 130 mil for Isaac. You can't justify 250. 250 million. That was bad, bro. I'm sorry, that was bad. Even in Verts, obviously turned over a new leaf playing cold. But then at the end of the game, that one decision he made, that pass
that was shocking.
Shocking, bro. Didn't hit any of the targets. We're on a counter-attack, basically 3-on-2. 2-2 the game is. We could get the third goal. And his pass just goes off. The pass was meant to unlock their defence. Should have gone Ekatike, but he chose Salah. But he doesn't even hit Salah as a target. It just goes completely off. And it's like, that's not 120 mil shit, bro. It's just, and even though still, I'm not gonna put the blame on him or anything because he's been cold. And when Gakpo finally came off, he looked a lot better. But I'm just saying, with Slot, that is why, for the most part, I still give him the end of the season, bit out of respect, because he won the league and everything. Let's just let him take it how long he can take it. Now, my thing was this, right? My new test for him is that we need to get top 4 and either win the FA Cup or get to the Champions League final. We need to do that for him to stay, in my opinion.
What's that, get top 4 or...
So we have to get top 4. Yeah. That has to be there for you to stay. And then either win the FA Cup...
Plus this.
Yeah, so top 4 you have to, but either win the FA Cup or get to the CL final. Not win the Champions League final, but reach the final. We get all that bread that comes with when you keep advancing to the Champions League, and then it's any man's game once you get to the final. Fuck it. If you can get there, respect.
These the amounts of nuts. No,
we're champions. We spent half a bill.
Top 4's a given, but but to go from League Cup or FA Cup?
Yeah, FA Cup.
To go from FA Cup to Champions League that far.
I'm saying one or the other.
Yeah, but that's a big gulf in between. Cup, Champions League's hard, bro.
What, reaching the final of the Champions League?
Yeah.
You think it's so hard to do either or? Well, with nuance, is it as I said, what you're saying with Arsenal in the open games, I feel that way with us this season. We beat Madrid as well. The 3 games you've had, where you say Inter, Madrid, and Bayern and Atletico. We beat Atletico 2 this season. Yeah. We beat Madrid 2 this bad.
Not as convincingly though. Atletico was a 3-2 last minute goal.
Yeah, but we're 4th in the Champions League. We are in the open games. We can compete in those ones too. So that's your bread and butter. If you're gonna prove anything, we know you can't do the low block. We know, bruv. You complain about it every week. We know. Get to the final though. In that, with the money you got now, with the money you spent, the quality you brought in.
But this team ain't.
Get to the final of that though. At least. And I know it's harder with the depth and players getting injured. I don't care, bruv. And low key, I've got a bit of a very hard because. For the long run, longevity, I don't think is best for him to be Liverpool's manager anyway, especially with Alonso available. So I kind of want to make it a suicide
Why do you want
mission.
Alonso?
I kind of want to make it a suicide mission.
Put forward your case for Alonso then.
Now, let me put forward my case for Alonso, because people say he just had a team of stars at Madrid.
It didn't work.
Which fair enough. Now, I'll tell you why. So, first and foremost, Alonso understands the culture and identity of Liverpool. I think that's what's been lost on Slot the most. In some of the big games that we've lost, the way we play... we didn't even do an episode last week, but that was the one. So last week, right, we turned over possession in one moment, in their third.
Yeah.
Now, we could have been on a 4-on-3 counter-attack opportunity. Instead of that, we kind of passed backwards, let them set up, and then decide to do the slow way and move. And that moment basically spoke for Slot's whole football style and philosophy, which is just not, it doesn't match Liverpool's culture. Don't throughout Liverpool's history, it's been hard work. Gerrard, Dirk Kuyt, even Henderson recently, hard work, intensity, hard press. Salah and Mane in their day with Bobby as well. But that's our identity and how we're meant to play. And that's our team.
But this culture wasn't a problem last season when you won the league.
It was, last season, it was actually a mix and hybrid of both of themselves. We were still on a high press. The way we played this season is a lot. Like with Diaz, it's because a lot of them have left. Like Nunes, Diaz, we were still pressing hard last season. Like,
So you're saying it was Klopp's? It was still kind of Klopp.
it was remnants of Klopp, bro. Like there was a lot of his players, like Diaz, Nunes, and this. It's 8 years under that philosophy. That's that doesn't leave, and that's why the first 4 months was amazing.
Yeah.
And then once we got into the new year, PSG, we fucking get bodied in that game. Once we get more to slot style. Yeah, no, but it's true. Then we got more to slot style.
Yeah.
It was less intense with the press.
Yeah.
More like, let's just be calm with it. Let them have the ball. Let us have the ball.
Conservative.
Yeah, try and be intricate and move the ball around and all of that. And it doesn't match us. It don't match them. That's more like kind of Arsenal's identity, Man City, Barca. It's not us. We're like intense, like strong midfielders. We ain't got no strength in that in the midfield, bro. Apart from Gravenberch, a man who can win the first ball. McAllister, Verts, and them, they're weak. Like it's other side a little bit. Our identity's that. Like Fabinho, Gerard, Mascherano, fight like warriors.
Hendo.
You understand? Warriors. No, I think that's what I
Hendo.
look at Hendo. Yeah, warriors. That's like the Liverpool way, bro. Not like these weak men that are always on the ground, bro. Like McAllister spends so much of the game on the ground, bitching. Like thinking is I'm sick of it, bro. Don't want to see this shit no more. So like he's kind of lost a lot of the culture and identity of what Liverpool are. And the thing is, with Alonso, that's his style. Intense, intense. That's his style, bro. High press, intensity. That's the way he likes to play. From even Leverkusen, a little bit with Madrid as well.
But the irony in what you're saying makes me wonder why you hate our teams. Because remember at the start of the season when I was saying we've almost switched teams in terms of like when you had Ekatike.
I know, but the reason I hate you...
When we played Rice, Marino and like the block midfielders...
I like the midfield. I like Rice in your midfield. Like I don't really like Zibby that much. But
Not
I like,
Zibby, but Marino. When Marino at the start was playing...
Yeah, like I like Rice. It's
that's
your
your-
attack I don't like. Because it's meant to be like this. It's meant to be intense with the midfield, but the attack is meant to be intense with pace.
Yeah.
Which you guys don't have. So you're always trying to probe these situations where you're trying to create pinball in a box.
Yeah.
But when there's pace with it, they press hard and create those like opportunities. And Bremo more reminds me of like... That's why I said when we were speaking of Liverpool's style of... Do you know what I mean? Like, he's one of those who's up top, but he's got the pace and presses hard, has the energy to, like, and still have the composure. Like, Salah, Mane, Bobby was more like that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Which, that's why I don't really like Arsenal styles. The attacking that I hate with Arsenal this season. But with us, that is what Liverpool was meant to be. But we don't have, like, with Gakpo, just Paul, he got it so wrong, the 11 he did. And we know Gakpo's got to go. But Alonso, so that's his style, the pressing. So that's number one. Number two, why would Alonso be a good shout? So we know he understands Liverpool culture better than Slot. That's number one, for sure, for the years he was here. Number two, well, we've got Frimpong and Verts. And he's got the best out of those two players in their career.
Yeah.
In their career, he's got the best out of those two players.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Number three, we can obviously say that Slot's won a bigger trophy with the Prem. Alonso won the Bundesliga, but he did go unbeaten, which I give a bit more respect to that, the fact that he did go unbeaten. Number four, I don't think he did a job that warranted him getting sacked at Madrid. I get like they look good now, but...
Superb now.
Yeah, they look better now.
Spectacular.
What's better? I mean, the first
they
game
look
they got
great.
knocked out by a mad team in the Copa del Rey. Arbeloa's first game, they got knocked
did
out
they?
by a mad team. Yeah.
Okay, but
Like,
since
I
then-
think that team is in the Segunda, bro.
Wow.
So that was mad. to
Okay,
be fair.
but since then,
then,
extravagant. And also another thing is with Alonso, what happens? Because you say you could see Hugo becoming like egotistic. What happens when? Because we've seen that you can't handle them big characters. When Hugo starts to pop off,
yeah.
how does he handle that? If even Isaac and Hugo, if that becomes another Vinny and Mbappe, Alonso showed he's weak in them situations. Yeah. Mbappe, Vinny bullied it. Like, them man didn't respect you and you're gone. How does he handle Isak and who? Because at some point that's gonna happen. One of them's gonna become unhappy.
That's fair.
How does he tackle them?
So how you tackle that is by having the backing of the board, and I think Liverpool's board always back their manager. So the thing is with if you look at Klopp, if you look at Klopp's era, he was always a star of that thing. Even with Salah and Van Dijk, it's Klopp.
Yeah.
He was like the star of it all, right? Because we back the manager and make sure they're kind of the one that gets everything they need. Do you understand? So he's already one of the stars. Will have his full support in Wirtz, who's one of the big stars. Wirtz will die for that guy. So that's very important, number one. And he still said he's got a good relationship with Slot too, but he'll die for him. So that's a good thing, number one. Number two, I see what you mean about Ekitike, but what I like about Ekitike is his style of play is a style that you're not going to have too many problems with as a manager. The way he plays is he always wants to just work hard for the team, kind of. Ekitike. His silly things are like timing his runs and maybe little clumsy things.
Yeah.
But they're not ego issues like Salah, I don't want to run. And he doesn't press. Granted, he don't press as well as Nunes.
Yeah.
And Diaz and that. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him that. But at the same time, I think it'll come with time. And he seems good, he soaks up game and shit, to be honest, Ekitike. His ego, maybe, he seems like he's got a big ego. Maybe he's not as big as we think, though. Isak needs to take a humble pill. So, Isak right now is in a situation where, I'm not going to lie, he's going to listen to anything. He's in a situation where he knows he's got to be humble, bro, because Ekitike...
At some point, Isak is going to pop off. The only thing is the injury, but...
Ekitike,
even
there's an injury, so whatever we need from him, he's going to basically take... His stock has fucking dropped.
But even just before that injury, he left on a goal. His last touch in a shirt was a goal.
Yeah.
And he was about to bubble up where... At some point, that's going to be a situation. Because Isak ain't no scrub, though.
I agree.
He's a real, I can't be watching Gyökeres and them and just disrespect
I
Isak
agree, but what
this,
I'm saying is that the end of the season is actually a good time. So if Alonso was going to come in, a good time would be the end of the season, because Isak's not at a level right now for Liverpool where his ego can be a problem, I'll be honest. So that's number one. The only issues will be kind of Salah and Van Dijk. Ekitike is still kind of... This is his first season at starting at a big club, Champions League level club, Ekitike's, I'll be honest. So he's not too gas yet. Do you understand? You've got him at a good place. When you're coming into Vinny, Mbappe, Bellingham, fucking won... these man won the international team, won Champions League. They're just looking at you bruv.
Yeah, but...
I'm sorry, we've got them not too... Wirtz and that, they've just made their big step. Do you understand? Wirtz, Ekitike, this is kind of their first season at a top club.
But some of them are born with it. You can see even Kuna today, he moves like he's been...
but you see how he comes off the bench, though? So that's why...
He won't be happy with that for long.
That's good. With Bruno now getting a bit older, and that's great. Yeah, you're going to come off the bench again. Do it again.
Yeah.
That's you've got him because this is his first big... Do you understand? Now, maybe you're right, granted that maybe in the second.
Soon, yeah.
But I think we're at a good place for a new manager to come. When he come in, I always said the Madrid job was too big for him. He should have come to Liverpool first, then Madrid. I always said that.
Yeah.
Because those egos, they're too big and they won everything, bro. They're not... It's so hard when people have won it already, bro. You got Slot coming in, and Salah undermined him this season, bro. He undermined him this season. Let's not forget. Salah's basically said... The relationship's broken down. And he basically said if someone should get sacked, it's him. Indirectly he said that. Because he's won it all and he's already, but Klopp, I won it all with Klopp. Who are you, bro? But that's but a lot of our new stars, it's their first big. Kirkes.
It's their first big.
Frimpong,
but I saw
Wirtz, Ekitike, Isak. They've never played at big clubs before, bro.
But Isak did. But he just won a cup with Newcastle. He took them to a cup.
Yeah, but they're not a big club. You
They're
know what I
not,
mean?
but
It's
when
not
you're-
their first Champions
I
League.
get what you're
week in,
saying.
week in, out.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But when it's the same like the way Eze's moving, where it's like I'm not like I just carried Palace to a cup like last year. Same way Guehi said I want 300k wherever I go. These man that have taken small. It's the same way Grealish was moving when he went City. Like them man that have taken these small clubs to their biggest heights ever. It's like I'm already a legend somewhere. Same way Rice in his first season. It didn't take a new season for him to feel. You're talking about the same Hugo Ekitike that I seen. Isaac scored his first goal. I seen him take off his shirt. Like you man, like don't forget about what Manda. He got sent off on that on the strength of that. He was ready to get sent off to make a point that I don't care if Isaac scored. I'm him. I'm that guy right now. And like it don't take a year for
with the team and Ekitike, obviously them getting too big and big for their boots. I just think personally they're not at that time yet where they're eager. I can't compare that to Bellingham, Mbappe, Vinny, like World Cup winners, Champions League winners, domestic cup winners. Which I mean Wirtz has won his. Do you know what I mean? It was just too much. Like Ancelotti struggled with like with them kids, bro. Like Alonso, you know what I'm saying, was gonna struggle. And the main reason is the backing of the management and how much Perez is on their side. It just makes it too fucking hard. Even with Ancelotti, like it was the same thing. And it makes it, I don't think that would be the case with Liverpool. Like, you'll get a bit of a backing from the board as our manager. We're kind of like that. That's kind of the culture. So that's another reason I think Alonso would do better over Slot. But yeah, man, it's mainly the culture, stylistically. The culture is the biggest one, to be honest. You see Carrick now. Understands Liverpool, Man U's way. They have the right profile, it works for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the biggest one, is the culture.
And for the record, is Alonso your only candidate?
No, that's what I mean. In summer, there's so many available managers. We got Luis Enrique, potentially. We've got Jurgen Klopp, potentially. Yeah. It's true, he's available. We've got Tuchel, Thomas Tuchel. And then there was another, I won't want Poch. There was another, like, decent one that I'm forgetting.
Zidane?
No, he's available. I doubt he'll come to us, but he's available. But, Eddie Howe, who I think, I'm still interested in the concept of that. I think the Newcastle thing hasn't gone very well. They've lost again today. Maybe it's weird because they keep losing and they've got decent depth, so why would you want him? But I still like him a little bit. So.
Nagelsmann, if he finishes with Germany.
He likes Wirtz and shit. So, like, I just think there's better quality out there than Slot. And with Slot, to be honest, I feel like we've reached our peak. Like, we've seen the best we can with him, and that was last season. I'm just looking at the football and how flat it's been. It's not even... We're Liverpool fans, bro. We just won a league. We can deal with, like, a fifth. Or, like, we're Liverpool fans, like Klopp, even before Klopp, in the Premier League era, we can deal with it, but we can't deal with this football. Do you understand? It's just too like reclusive and not our way. Do you understand? It goes too against our way. Like, if you're gonna compromise our way this much, you have to win. That's just how we feel. Like, you have to win. We can't not win and play in this style. It's just fucking not us, and it's not right. So I do feel like I've seen enough, to be honest, on Slot. I still give him until the end of the season. But one thing I forgot to get to about that game is fucking Van Dijk. I'm sorry, Verge, and this is like a serious conversation now about the Klopp era. It's done, Philly guys. I was thinking Van Dijk January, Salah and Van Dijk summer. It's done, bro. Like, trust.
Well, what do you mean you're thinking Van Dijk January?
So I was thinking Van Dijk next January, not this Jan, but next season, that he should kind of be phased out the team there. But we keep him because of the depth, so maybe that's still the plan. But his replacement's got to come in summer, bro. Like, I'll be honest.
Even the Gomez injury and other Klopp guys, they're just all like...
Yeah, man, it's true though. Like, they're all falling. Gakpo kind of is a Slot guy because he didn't really work with Klopp and Slot loves him so much. But Robertson, Salah's now going, Trent... Gomez getting injured like this. Van Dijk has fucking past it. Like, we just gotta be honest, he is done. Like, and like, I know it's like one of those tough, what the fuck, Van Dijk, he's finished, bro.
No,
like,
I saw it for myself.
Yeah, you're the first to be on, you were like on this 2 years ago, more or less. Like, and it's hard because he's had good seasons since you said, like, last season's a good one for him and that, do you know what I mean? But this season, the amount of mistakes, the amount of fucking, and him still not being accountable in the interviews, always trying to look for someone to blame, throwing his arms up and shit. Oh, it's just terrible. Like, Kirkes, I don't know who you blame. The first one, definitely Van Dijk's fault. Should have cleared it. Should have taken care of that. The second one, you can blame Kirkes, for sure. Most people will blame Kirkes because he's kind of allowed that run in.
Yeah.
And they've got to go on that run-in. However, once Kirkes has made that first mistake, Van Dijk, his experience did not show because he's completely kept that guy on side. Like, Van Dijk could have, if he was just experienced reading the game a bit more, he takes a couple steps and then the whole goal is just null and void, bro. Like, it was him keeping him on side. And you being the experienced one, you can't be the one keeping my man on side. I'm sorry, like, for the goal. It can't be you. Like, the captain, the experienced defender, the 30-year-old ones, sorry, bro, it can't be you. Like, with Gomez, who we know with Gomez, but he still did his thing. Like, he didn't keep him on offside. Frimpong and Kirkes, got to be you, the one that doesn't make the fuck up, I'm sorry. Yeah. And he does. And he kind of gets, he got a goal back with the header. Yeah. Fine. But at the end, mate, and check Jamie Redknapp's analysis, because right after the game, Jamie Redknapp did a great analysis of Liverpool and how poorly we just managed the game, bro. Like, when Gomez got injured, 7 minutes it took for the sub. 10 men for 7 minutes, bro. They got a goal in that. You know what I mean? And Slot, I can't blame Slot because he's telling the team, play it out. He was telling the team, play it out, bro, so he can make a sub, make a foul, play it out. But Van Dijk had it and felt like, he said it even in the interview, they asked him, he felt like we could control the game and possession when we had it in that moment until like someone comes back on or until Endo comes on. So we took the gamble and it fucking didn't pay off. And that's what I mean about, as a leader, it's just a fucking poor, like, leadership decision making that game was terrible from Van Dijk. From not clearing it the first one and being all like trying to be cool and tacky, go from that. Second one, not keep making sure that player was offside and keeping him on side. Also in that one, not clearing it out for the dead ball so we can make a change or bring someone on. They're playing with 10 men against Bournemouth. No, bruv, you got to be more experienced than that, bro. You know. And yeah, just to be honest, mate, we're just at that point now where it's a bit of a paradigm shift. Like, it's weird because it was a last dance for them, man. And Slot was able to kind of come in and help them get that last dance. But he's part of it. Like, it's like, we got some good players and Verts and shit, but the paradigm shift starts now. That was a last dance. Slot helps bring in some of the new players, we can say. But it's over for that now. Like, for sure. Like, it was a great 2 years. Not great, but we got the league. So, you know, it was a really good 2 years. I think we've gone as far as we can with Slot, I'll be honest. Like, we've given him the tour. I know it's a little bit mad to say. I think he can still get a really good job. But stylistically, I just don't think... I think he should be one of the managers available in the summer as well. Like, stylistically, I just do not think he suits our identity. And I am at that point now. I've put the challenge on him. He's damn near have to get to the final of the Champions League or win the FA Cup for me to feel any different, bro. I'll be honest. Like, that's what's going to have to happen for me. Like, earlier, Roy Keane, they asked Roy Keane about Carrot. He said, even if he wins every game left, I still wouldn't. It was Roy Keane said. And I feel like that's... With Slot, you need to win the Champions League or FA Cup. And that is the only way I'll say... 2 seasons, 2 trophies, you know, Jota's death and everything, fine, bruv, keep the man, because that is impressive, you know what I mean? But is he going to do that with our depth? And I don't even say strength in the January. Maybe get one January defender. like thing. You just got to deal with like with how you spent the half a bill. You spent a quarter of it on 2 players.
Yeah.
That was your like. It's kind of, we don't know fully if that was your choice, but Verts was.
Yeah.
And 120 mil on Verts, you got to hold that. So like you think you could get 120 mil out of Odegaard? Do you realistically, do you think you get 120
I think if we had your board, maybe.
Yeah, like
you man are about to pull off 40 mil for Robbo. Like, if we had your board, who knows?
Yeah,
maybe.
Like, I mean, obviously he's a bit older than Verts when we got him.
But he's at a good age. He's still like 26 or something.
Yeah,
20,
I think
27.
we fucking overpaid for that one, bro. And and this is it, man. I think we've just come to that point now, to be honest, with Liverpool, where we've exhausted everything, but there's too many bad records. Like, being champions and not being able to get a double over a relegated side. 5 wins in like 4 or 5 months. So many, like, the only good we haven't been comfortable at one point this season in terms of just winning. Having our comfortable wins at one point. The positive run were all draws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just been no positives this season, like basically none.
Yeah.
Apart from the Champions League, that is it. And great that you're really tactical and you can do well in the Champions League. That's sick. But at the end of the day, you need to do the Prem every week. The only way you stay is, fuck it, go get to that final.
Yeah.
Get to that final, then we might just, maybe you can be a Champions League type manager and we do average on them. Get top 4, but go for the CL like for a few seasons. You know what I'm saying? For maybe the next or the one after. I wouldn't mind that too much since you've already got a Prem. But to me, it's unlikely. And I think top 4 is fucking unlikely, I'll be honest. Like, if Man U now come Chelsea, they've just got that new spur with the manager thing. And we're still stuck in this. So like, I know it sounds peak, but it's just the truth. You get that new manager, fresh idea, fresh idea, like he gets the team, this, that, and the
basically
third.
what
Kobe
you...
Manu, different type of player now.
So basically what you had just 18 months ago, like, you already want your new feeling, like,
yeah,
after,
but I
like,
want
you
someone
had that,
a bit more...
And you had the best version of that could possibly be. That new manager belt's lasted a whole league title, and it's still like, I need another because I've seen Rosenio over there, like, that stiff spoiltness is... Like, I hear it though, I hear it, I do hear it.
It's because he fucking pulled the wool over our eyes.
I do hear it, but I do think,
season, man.
I just don't think you're fair to
man.
him in terms of like, analysing the whole picture. I think there's so much the board have to take blame for, bro. Like, I think there's so much fuck-ups where
I know.
it's like this is more than a coach.
Salah,
bro,
Van Dijk,
like...
Trent going
all these signings, who signed who ignored which position, who was, I'm sure...
But you know what it is though, bro? Like, people can say what they want about Jurgen Klopp and like, oh, he didn't have that much success, this, that. Jurgen Klopp didn't get a fraction of this money, bro, like, to spend. Like, what he was doing with so much little, bro, like, sorry, bro. Like, you could say blaming this, that, and the third, bro. Like, you got hella dough compared to what we're known for, bro. You got hella dough. Like, Klopp never ever got a summer like this, ever. Where he got to... But he had a couple big ones where we got Van Dijk, this, that, and the third. You know, but he never got one like this. And, like, barring a lot of players left, but he is to blame a lot for that, bro. Like, a lot of players leaving. Like, that's why you've heard a lot of players speak out about it. But kind of say, maybe they're talking about the team and blaming the team instead. But hella players left, bro. And it was always going to be a fucking issue. Like, I knew it from the jump. That was always... You don't win the championship and then just change, like, half the team. It doesn't... It won't work, bro. Yeah. And, like, I don't know who failed to make someone... He's very much a victim of his own success. That is the thing with Slot that's fair to say. Maybe if these seasons are flipped, like, maybe this season... It's shaky, but I don't know if he would have survived this long, to be honest. If he started this season, his first season, like how this is, it's been bad. This year. I don't know if he would have
because the league is really the credit in the bank. That's
that's kept him. To be honest, like I don't even know if he would have, and that basically tells you why you should be a bit rational about it, because I don't even know if he would have even still been in a job if he started last season like this.
But on the flip
he is a bit
side,
of a victim of his own success.
Yeah.
I give him that. But at the same time, that success is part of the reason. From that to this is bad, bro.
But on the flip side, you could have said Arteta could have got sacked in those first 2 seasons too. But when you stayed on course, I know there's different situations. We discussed like why it's different achievements and all of that. But sometimes if a manager, like I don't know, like it depends on what you see though. Like we saw something in Arteta that was like, this is worth it. If you're saying you don't see enough in Slot, then it's fair enough. Like.
Like, it's the thing is, I think he could be a decent coach, bro. Like, don't get too. I think he's a good coach, but it's stylistically, it's just too much of a mismatch, in my opinion. Like, you're not gonna get Anfield. This man ain't gonna get Anfield on his side like that. Like, that's the thing. Like, sometimes you can see with a manager the potential. It's like, okay, the results aren't there, but eventually, the way they play and stuff, they'll be able to rope the fans around.
And it sounds like you're saying some of it is his personality too, if you're saying the Anfield stuff. Like,
yeah, a lot of it is the personality, like in the interviews after, he's just basically retelling what happened, giving it all up. He shouldn't have given it all up about the low block, bro. Like, he put the league on notice how to do it, bro. Like, that was a big, and Gerrard said it himself, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know why he's telling everyone about the low block team. They played against low block. It makes it easy to beat you, bro. And like, everyone's fucking done it and it's worked. Yeah. And you haven't had an answer for it. And it's like, how do you expect us to kind of keep you then in that factor? Like, we've all known the problem. Like, everyone's identified the problem and you just haven't
fixed it,
been able to solve it, bro. And it's just, even with all the draws that weren't solving it, it was just drawing against it. And it's like, we've seen the best, we've seen the height of your best. PSG, we got knocked out. Like, that was really unconvincing, that one as well. Fresh off them not being very good. Barring they brought in Kvaratskhelia and some players. But it was kind of fresh off them not being very good. And like, we've seen
that almost sparked their season, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've seen like the best we can with Slot, and it's not good enough for Liverpool, I'll be honest. Like, cool, he won the league and everything. Now, I'll still give him till the end of the season. Have to do the amazing feat, which is what I'm saying. And then maybe you can be a cup Champions League manager for us, and we just keep trying to go for that. But like, this man ain't gonna
on a Rafferton.
Yeah, but this guy ain't gonna learn how to unlock no low block for sure. Trust. Like, even when we bring in a few more players, like, maybe our defence is a bit more secure, whatever. But we were secure, though, with Van Dijk and Konate in those last few games. Like, we were secure in the defence. We couldn't get the goals. Instead of, like, maybe playing a Rio in those games, you went with Gakpo. You know what I mean? Who's predictable. He's going to cut in. It's easy to defend. And it's like, you're running out of ideas. It's so clear that you're running out of ideas, bro. Like,
last season, niggas was loving the Gakpo.
Yeah. It's true that matter time, but it's just so. That was. So I'll tell you what it was, though. I'll tell you. You're very right about the last season. A lot of the shit you've been saying, though, you're just spot on with. Like, last season, you're saying it's the first season, so people don't know this, that. Last season, Gakpo's first season ever being a winger, starting winger. So, as I was saying, with the Gakpo thing, so last season, he was doing his thing, right? But it was his very first season playing on the wing. So he was cutting in and always pulling it off. After you've got the tape and you can study it and all that, he's been absolutely woeful kind of this season and so predictable. So you could have brought in a Rio who's been playing, he could have definitely, trust me, like, from someone who watches, he could have fucking started a bit. From January, that should have been the plan, but it weren't. We didn't. A lot of opportunities Slot missed this season. He's picked a lot of things wrong. Why did Ekitike get dropped? You can't answer that, and it's let you down. And there's been bare things like that, bro, this season. Bare. It's like a thing. He's got bare things wrong, like little choices. He's made the wrong choices a lot. And honestly, it'll cost him his job. And I do think, it's just with all of the available managers, we've still got really good players. We just won the league. We're still attractive. Like, we haven't fallen as far as Man U and shit. Nah, man, we need to take this serious and with those available managers, get the right man in. So, honestly, that is how I feel. I'm more or less slot out. He has to basically do the amazing.